welcome to our channel.
What's up, my good people? Welcome back to another episode of 411 on the Copelands. We are back with another episode. We had a few of my favorite people.
You like me?
Look at his
Oh my God.
face.
See, I should have known. I should have known better than to say that.
Oh my goodness.
Lord.
We have my good friend in photography and a lot else, Jay.
Minty. I'm the Minty. Young Buck. You see me? Call me Leroy. What's up, y'all? How's it going?
Yeah, you already can see how this podcast is gonna go.
Wild one.
And the love of his life, Bianca.
Lady B.
Sorry, I had ice in my throat.
Fine as hell.
Can we call you B?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Beyonce could never. But
Yeah,
you
we
know this.
this is a podcast that's been long overdue. We've talked about it for a long time. You know, tried to get schedules to coalesce, and here we are today. So, welcome to the podcast.
And we have a person who actually watches our podcast on our podcast. He
Yeah.
is excited, guys.
Yeah.
He is the one that's the only one that's ever been close to winning those prizes that y'all don't be
Yep.
doing on our site.
Yep.
I really thought that y'all had Chipotle gonna cater your wedding, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Fuck that lady with the shrimp, though. I said it. Fuck a bitch and your photographer. At me. That guy, Jay. Number one. I'm waiting to say that shit.
I keep looking at this ring, man. Tell me about this ring.
Stephen Foster State University, class of 2018. You know.
You have the biggest class ring I've ever seen in my life.
I worked hard. Got my degrees, 2 degrees.
didn't know you
You
had
doubled
two.
up on
What's
it.
that?
Man, computer science and then information technology.
Okay, I did not know that. Dang.
Wow. I have one.
That's all that
I have
matters.
one. High five to one.
Hey.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Where I met the love of my life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's cool. So how did y'all meet? Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good story when
Yeah.
you do that.
Oh,
How did
I
they
forgot.
meet?
I forgot to tell our listeners and viewers. This is our first single, according to the IRS, couple.
Yes. So that's our first not married couple because we told you guys
Married.
that we wanted to have this is a relationships podcast.
Yes.
Plural. So it's not just for married, it's for singles. It's for we would love to get some divorcees on there, but we know that's gonna be a little hard.
that's gonna be a little
Spicy.
intense.
But we want to get everybody on here. So, like, again, we have been looking for people if you're in the DFW area, family and friends, because we don't know you can't come to our house. We would love to have more guests on the show. So, once again, how did you guys meet?
You hear that, baby? The government says I'm for the streets. I'm for the cul-de-sac. I'm dipping my toes in the married life, maybe, but, you know, 3164. So, we have a mutual friend who was hosting a Bible study, and it was college, and I don't know if you know how college goes, but I was broke. So I went for the snacks and jokes. And, well, went for snacks and jokes, had a good time.
He was telling a joke.
We were talking about, I don't know if it was Ruth, I don't know who it was, Sodom and Gomorrah, the lady that turned and looked back for Saul. It's like, why a bitch gotta look back? I'm just going home. Like, no. City turning salt and you want to look back. The fuck? Like, no. Anyways, so I made a bunch of jokes, had a fun time, didn't think of nothing of it. We saw each other, we were just kind of like, yeah, you know, whatever. Hey, how's it going? How you doing? Same circles, because she knew her best friend's one of my good friends from high school. And so, you know, cool, whatever. Then junior year happened.
Oh, wow. So, what was that, freshman year?
Yeah, that's like
Yeah, that was.
Oh, my
second half
gosh.
freshman year.
You had an
Uh-huh.
OB plan
Had
from
it in
Living
my
Single.
journal.
First of all,
You remember OB's plan from Living Single? First, I'm going to shake her hand, and then I'm going to kiss her, and then?
So junior year happened, and she needed help with
oh god,
algebra,
Mhm.
and I'm okay at math. My sister's a god at math. I'm okay at
Yes,
math.
she is.
She helps me in math. And so I tutored her in algebra. It's all good. Then I asked her on a date, and we went to Clear Springs restaurant. And I'll never forget it. I was sitting across from her with a plate of catfish in my hand, fried okra, some fries, because I was really being unhealthy that day. And I looked across at her, and I said, "I'm gonna fuck this up right now." So
Thought you were going to say something else.
no. I knew I was for the streets. Back then, I knew I was for the streets, and I knew I was gonna mess it up. So I just stayed friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because we hadn't had that talk like, oh, we're going to be together, this, that, and that. It's just like, you know, hey, let's go out to eat, you know, get
Yeah.
some chicken fingers, you know, because that's all I can afford. So we stayed friends, went on, life goes on, relationships happens, breakups happen, and then the snowstorm happened in February. Like, we always seen each other and stayed friends. And somebody calls me
In February of this year?
February of
It was
2020.
2020. Yeah.
Okay.
2020.
Okay, I was about to say
I was like,
February. I
dang,
swear
y'all
y'all been together
knew.
longer than
Okay.
that.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
That's when the pandemic was really
The
pandemic.
bandemic, the stimmy-demic. So then, snowstorm happens. Somebody FaceTimes me.
Yeah. I had just got laid off. Well, no, I got laid off from my job before that.
Uh-huh.
And then I was having friendship issues. Really, it was a culmination of everything. So I called him in like a panic. And I think he thought it was my computer again because
You only call him for computer
Because
problems.
I worked at I worked at Geek Squad. So I'd seen her through the years. Like I came and fixed her AirPods, her laptop, her phone, like everything. But we stayed
seen.
friends.
Uh-huh.
But then I was single now because life goes on. And
yeah, that happened. So
So
yeah,
you
I
got
was
with the
having
computer guy.
friendship yeah.
Go
I was
ahead.
having friendship issues, so we talked about that. We talked about a bunch of things, and then we just started talking every day because
Mhm.
we were stuck inside, couldn't really do much. It was already the pandemic, and then the snowstorm, and then I was like, "Hey, I like him." Well, I always did like him, but this time it felt like different because
Mhm.
when I was in college, I was really shy, kind of like I am now. But
she wasn't shy. She was telling no to
I
everybody.
was.
She was fine as hell.
Everybody thought I had hoes, but I was not a hoe. But yeah, the snowstorm really kind of made us blossom.
Aw, so it's a COVID
Ooh.
relationship.
Yeah.
Not a COVID.
Not the
No,
COVID.
Really?
That's a thing.
Like
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah.
COVID changed all the
COVID
dynamics.
Changed, yeah,
right?
it changed a lot of dynamics. People were dating and like going to meet each other at a park and sitting on opposite sides and talking to each other. Like it's like the really
True.
like to me romantic caking era.
Ours was Smoothie King. Every time I work
Yeah.
out, because I was working out like twice a day, then I'd be like, I'm
Uh-huh.
going to the gym. You're like, okay, let's meet at Smoothie King.
See?
But what
And we
made
did a
me
book study there. Yeah.
yes, what made me want her was I knew I wasn't going to be in the hoe phase. After that, I was like, after that last relationship, I was like, no, I want something serious. So I want
Mhm.
something that's like, a little bit stronger. I went to kiss her anyways. And she looked me dead in the eye, and she said, "You gotta claim me first." And I was like,
Ooh.
Really, I was nervous. Y'all. I was like,
Okay.
wait.
I was like,
Okay.
no girl had ever told me that before. I'm not saying I'm ugly, but I'm not, I'm handsome and wealthy.
You weren't expecting you to be
Yeah.
this close to the face and being
Yeah,
the Scorpio in me. Sorry.
yeah. The Scorpio stung me that day. I
wow.
went home and told my mama I want her.
Wait a second.
Yep.
Wow.
I know.
That's a really good story though. Like
March
it's an
18th.
amazing story. Like think about it. They
You
said they
you
met
got to claim me first.
they met freshman
Period.
year.
Imagine.
Wait,
I thought I was
so
being a city girl.
The audacity.
Imagine it. And this isn't like this isn't 285 J. This is 245 J.
so hold on real quick though. Like so y'all been out of when we all freshmen? Like 6 years ago?
Like 8,
That was 2014.
2014.
I can't do math.
I'm just
15, 16,
saying.
17,
So
18, 19,
that
20,
sounds like
21,
8.
22. Yeah, that's like
Mhm.
this is an 8-year foreplay.
Basically.
You really
Yeah.
think about it.
Damn.
He said they met in Bible study freshman year.
Wait, why we gonna say
Junior year.
foreplay and then Bible study?
Man, you can't help it. They have sex in the Bible.
They
Yeah.
do.
But
True.
it was like that, and then they said somewhat, recap. And then you said you knew in junior year that you liked her, but stuff happened, relationships happened, over
Same here.
back and
Same
forth.
here.
COVID.
We were trying to be for the street.
Basically, COVID shut y'all down to where y'all had to actually talk to each other.
Yes.
Yes. We
That
slowed
is
down.
so
We
cool.
slowed down.
Yeah, that's what I was
I
gonna
love
say.
that.
Kind of slowed down and really thought about things. Like, I didn't want that. I like this.
I
Because it
love
wasn't
that.
expected at all.
Yeah. But it was.
Oh, look at her looking at each other.
Mhm.
You got to zoom in on that part.
Girl, you see that cocoa butter skin going on. It's Dove by Brie.
Oh, because I can't.
What?
Smart. That was smart. Had to make sure they wasn't on here looking ashy.
Yeah, because it's been a long day.
Ooh.
Now, see, I asked before we started.
No, I just washed my hands.
Oh,
So it's like,
okay.
hey,
Oh, how the tables have turned, Michael.
hey, look, no, bruh. You was Django in here. I'm a little.
I can play tic-tac-toe with those knuckles.
Was it giving flour?
Oh, no. But no, we were really excited to be on the show, though.
Yeah, I'm happy to have y'all. And on that note, we're going to take this shot.
Shot
This is
o'clock.
totally out of my comfort zone. First of all, like this is a lot.
Welcome. That's why you need this
We're
shot.
a lot.
That's why you
We're a
need this
lot.
shot.
Which one do I want?
Yeah, y'all got the y'all got clear.
Got rum.
Hey,
You okay? You
it's a
kinda-
good health and success and a great
Yes.
episode.
Mm.
Sex.
Yeah.
111 on the Copelands. Woo! Woo! Aichi mama.
Yippee!
Ow!
Oh,
All right. Thank you again. Price of greatness for our shot board.
felt like I was
We haven't
underwater.
brought it out in a while.
I felt
Mm.
fire.
I'm doing it again. my residual shot effects. This is what happened.
I think some hair came on my chest from that one.
Jeez.
It was probably already there.
Yeah, it was. All right, let's get into it. I'm so excited.
So let's just say this. So how old are you guys?
I'm 26. There we go.
Okay.
I'm 20.
All right. So
Period.
are you?
No, she's not 20. No.
I was about to keep going, and then I was
Hold
like,
on, wait, Jay?
No,
You-
no.
say
Jay,
he-
don't do that. Jay, don't
he
do
is-
that.
Okay.
He is a genius.
No, like 27.
No.
27.
Okay.
Anyway.
Now we're talking.
So I was asking that because again, we know each other. We all know each other at this table, and it's crazy how the whole spider web kind of thing brings people together. Because I mean, do you want to talk about it? Because this is your photographer buddy.
Oh, so I'll tell you. I'll tell the people how I met Jay. This was my that guy.
He's so good.
You gotta look at this one. This is ours.
Oh.
This is ours. They're not in this one. We're in this one. Right
Oh,
there.
so I guess we're in this.
Yeah, you guys are right here.
Looking.
Yes.
So yeah, this is your camera. That's our
Okay.
camera.
Over
They're
here.
here. Yep.
This one here.
Yep.
Okay.
So
I gotta
I
hack my pose.
I met Jay. I hit him up. See, look, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't
What
do
do you mean,
Where did you
Michael?
meet
Don't do
him,
that.
though? You met him before that. Where did you meet him? Because I know.
Oh, that is right. So, I met Jay. He actually came to my house for a party for my sister-in-law.
My best friend.
Yeah,
And that's
his
how
best
we have
his
our
best friend.
connection.
His best friend is my wife's sister.
Mm-hmm.
And I met him where he actually came to my house, and we got to talking. I think did we talk? We talked for quite a while that day,
Yeah,
right?
because you have the coolest house on the planet, and I'm a
Yeah.
tech nerd, so
Yeah,
And
so-
all the guys was in his room.
So, yeah, we-
all the girls,
Cool.
all the
kinda-
guys was in here.
I was
We
like, where
kinda-
did they go?
Yeah, we kind of connected on tech. And he said that he was into photography. I said that I was into photography. And
Cutest love story ever.
then we
It
fused.
is.
and from there I decided, hey, you know what? I need to dive deeper into photography and have photography friends that I regularly connect with, right? So I was like on Instagram one time, and Jay was doing a couple more shoots than I
Does he
was.
look like he's nervous talking about it? Like, I mean,
No,
is he gonna like
I'm.
the story?
This is how I this is how I dive deep in my brain to find the story.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
you do the burn
So,
man, but the
Jay was doing a few more shoots than I was at the time, so I offered my services to Jay, and Jay was like, "All right, cool, yeah, I'll put you on."
Little did I know he knew more than me, and I've learned so much from Michael. I've learned 1,000 things from Michael.
So
Trying to play
yeah,
it down.
yeah, no, and we can. What was the first shoot that we did together?
It was the Stitch by Sway shoot. No. Yeah, we did 2 shoots in the same day. Stitch by Sway.
No,
And
that
then
wasn't. That wasn't the same
Wasn't
day.
it the bathing suit?
Yeah, that was the bathing suit one, and then right after that, it was a birthday one. Because you asked me what's going on, and I said I got another shoot. You want to do it? And then it was Adesua, same day.
Oh, okay.
Bethany
Yeah.
Hill's friend. I know her name.
yeah,
I know her
Adesua.
name. Mhm.
Yeah, so Jay took me on to one of his shoots, and from there we just started saying, hey, if I have a shoot, you come to mine. You have a shoot, you come to mine. And me and him have a lot to talk about. We have a lot in common outside of photography. So
Yeah.
and photography was kind of like our launch pad for the friendship that we have today. So,
Ain't that
I've learned a
cute?
lot from this man. A
So,
lot.
yeah, I guess I know a thing or two.
You trying to downplay it? Man is a mentor. If you don't have a mentor in your life, get one. I promise you, it's not that bad.
But you can't have
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah, he's taken.
Yeah, he's taking.
I will fight you,
Can't,
bitch.
can't add
Can't-
nobody else to it.
I'm crazy.
I'm busy now.
Yeah, he busy.
He got a wife and a mentee. That's more than enough.
Look at him. But real quick, because y'all don't get to see a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Is this just you, Michael, or did y'all collaborate to come up with this idea?
He just told me where to put stuff.
Oh, okay. So it was all you. I thought that would be cool because you know how y'all are always like vibing off each other. I'm like, oh, because he's never set it up like this before. So I was like, oh, maybe they collaborated, but
Most of the time, he's more like a posing and a lighting guy. I'm more like the emotions and like the making people feel
Yeah,
good
Jay
in the shot.
Jay is really good at loosening people up. That's what I've actually learned a lot of that stuff from you.
oh,
Yeah, no, a lot of the things that
come on, so that's cute.
I'm gonna
No.
save this.
a lot of the things that I'll edit this shit out. No,
I need this. I need this.
no, a lot of the things that I say to clients to kind of like loosen them up and get them. I learn my jokes from you. You could just
Aw.
he just walks into a room and he's like, "Sir, your shoes are untied." Ha ha ha. He'll say it in a funny. He'll say it in a funny way or some shit, and they'll be like, "Oh, Jay, stop it."
No,
The day of the
seriously.
wedding, we told the bride, I said, "It's not your day, it's my day." But good luck. We shot weddings together too, so
Bro,
we spicy.
Makes sense.
bro, I
When-
think about what I'm thinking about and laughing, right?
Which one?
About you dancing with the bride and groom.
Oh yeah. So
Bro, I will never forget that so long as I live. So
That's my first
we're
wedding.
shooting a wedding. It's both of our first wedding, and the bride and groom are doing their first dance. Jay is standing right here with it. Like imagine you're the bride. Jay is right here with the camera,
all up on you.
like doing circles around him, taking photos.
He's
the
like,
pictures
"Oh,
good?
the pictures were fire. I haven't been able to
No, the
release them
pictures.
yet."
I'm sure the pictures turned out great, but this man
The husband's
was
like, "I love you." I was like,
he-
"We love you too."
he was dancing. He was like basically dancing with the bride and groom, like doing circles.
Same thing with their vows. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, but he was up in a grill. Oh, and
What happened? They
I
both
think I know where you're
Man.
going with this.
Hey.
when he
Don't do-
moved,
don't-
What happened? I'm the only one who doesn't
baby,
know.
we're at the wedding, right?
Oh my god.
The bride and groom
My name is Leroy.
are about to jump the broom. Jay thinks that it fell.
Yeah.
So he moves the broom to get it out of his
I done been
shot.
to Jewish weddings, Hispanic weddings. I done been to a whole bunch of weddings. I ain't never been to weddings where they jump the fucking broom.
That's a black tradition. Yeah.
That is the tradition.
Give me your black card.
No, I earned this motherfucker. I earned it in 2016.
And I'm standing up there like,
I'm looking like
what?
Aw, he's
I'm
just
trying
so
to- I'm trying to-
considerate.
I'm trying to grab because we got
wasn't considerate.
walkie talk. We got like radios. I'm trying to grab my radio like, Jay, put that shit back, put it back, put it back.
I saw the broom drop. I
was
was like,
wondering,
not in
I
my
was like,
fucking
where's
shot.
Mike?
Move.
No, somebody had like put it down. Jay was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's in the way.
And the funny thing was they stopped the music. That's what was funny.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Oh
that is
my
funny.
that was
Why is that not on
hilarious.
YouTube? Why has no one?
I got my shot. That's all that matters. Some
In the
pictures
video,
were
I
crispy.
approved it. I was like, oh, cut that out.
Oh,
Cut that out.
that's so
crispy.
funny.
Oh my god, it was hilarious.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah.
It's a story though.
It is. It's a great story.
But yeah, so Jay and I have done how many shoots there? Like 7?
Nah, dog. We in the tens.
We in tits?
We in
Okay.
tens already.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Our
Yeah,
funnest
we done-
one was Nijay. I like Nijay. That was,
Yeah, DJ was cool.
that was a cool shoot.
Hmm.
It was a maternity shoot, and we got to make her feel comfortable in like
Yeah.
hot weather.
That was all.
Oh, okay.
That was all. That was all
I am
Jay.
pregnant? No.
What did you say to her? So she's a dentist, right? Jay's like, Jay was like, she's like, oh, they tried to do the root canal by themselves. She just starts
What?
dying laughing.
Okay, so you are good.
I like
No,
to make people feel
No,
comfortable.
Jay is incredible at like loosening people up and getting
Yeah.
them to laugh for shoots. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, I would agree because even when I was telling her, so how we all know each other. So he is my sister's best friend since high school. Yeah, did y'all
Yep.
go to junior high?
Yeah, did she go to Barnett? Because I knew of her, but I wasn't really friends with her until high school.
But y'all knew of each other.
Yeah.
They've known of each other since junior high. Best friends since high school. Went to the same college. When he came to my house for the first time, I was like, "Oh, Jay is a college friend." I had no idea that we all went to the same alumni together. And then
We ball.
yes, and then I have my husband, and they click, and then they do start doing photography. So this is my first time meeting Bianca, but she's
Yeah.
cool as fuck. Well, no, it's not my first time. Remember, we said you came to my house too,
Yeah.
but we were all drunk by the time she got
Yeah.
here because she was late. But she's been here before, so that's how we kind of all know each other. So, being on that note, though, you've even mentioned so yourself. You've mentioned 2 or 3 different jobs.
Yeah.
So the thing is that y'all are younger,
Mhm.
younger than us.
Yeah.
Maybe they're younger.
Y'all literally in the same
How old
boat.
are
Y'all look 23.
31. We'll be 32.
31.
Okay.
So
But they're Mr. and Mrs.
I mean,
Worldwide.
that's still like
Good.
4 or 5 years difference. I mean, that's
true,
like,
that's true.
Yeah.
you know, it's a whole half a decade. So the thing is, though,
Yeah.
is that my question is that like I know something that we're going through right now is that when we met each other, we were established in our careers, but now we're both like irritated with those careers and we're trying new things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just been doing it. He was doing his for 9 years. I was doing mine. I'm doing mine for 9 years. So like you want to do something else. You're kind of like you feel like you're stuck, which hence all our stuff. So how is it? He's too excited about these benefits. So yeah, I'm not
better
allowed
not.
to
Trying to
quit.
travel.
I'm
fly.
excited, baby. You have the best insurance I've
Those
seen.
are benefits.
I sell
Those are
insurance,
benefits.
and I can't get the insurance that you have. You better not fucking quit that goddamn job.
It was so funny, real quick, before he got on the insurance, because like before we got married, he was on my insurance, but he had to be like a domestic partner. So we had to go down to like the whack ass insurance, which was still better than yours because of you were entrepreneurial insurance, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't get to experience like the insurance I had for like the past like 6 years or so. And so then he got it. And he used to always talk about me going to the doctor all the time. He's like, why you always going to the doctor? Well, first off, I'm a woman, okay? So I got like 3 different doctors. But also, why not? I'm sick. I feel sick. I'm going to go to the doctor. He has been going to the doctor. I don't know how often. He was like, I got a shot in my ass for $20. It was a steroid shot because my neck hurt. And I was like, hell yeah, go ahead, give me that.
Because before
Yeah.
we were on that, it be that way sometimes. Insurance.
Oh,
Yes.
that's what I meant by benefits. He is not. I'm not allowed to. Before it was like, you unhappy with your job, baby? We can quit. You know, I got you. Now it's like, nah, you just gonna have to work low hours because
It's 3 hours a week.
right?
A flight to Houston. You'll be fine. Look, you can't do
You-
this to us.
Ain't
Going.
But yeah, so I say that though because like, again, we were established in our what you would call careers, and now we're going through the feeling and fluctuation. And I would say it's caused some friction, right?
Yeah.
So with you guys, is it because you haven't found? Well, no, you're a teacher, so you found yours, right? Or you still kind of looking. So we just gonna say, since you guys are in that thing, y'all have grown together. Y'all been in college. Y'all been through the struggle mode. Y'all getting out of the struggle mode. Y'all getting into like where we were when we met. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To where you'll feel established. So what are like the struggles going through that? Because again, you could sound like you got like 3 jobs. Since I've known you, you've had like 4.
She met me like right when I finally got my shit together.
Uh-huh.
And like I went from making like $37,000 a year to way past that
Okay.
because I like studied and I like got a bunch of IT certifications and
Mhm.
I had trying to figure out what I wanted to do. When I went to SFA, I thought I was going to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
So then I've made so many transitions because I've never been afraid to like fail. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to try this.
Which is amazing because I'm just getting to that part. And even then, I still don't want to fail.
But
I'm just more okay with not
You
falling
got
flat
this.
on my ass.
hey, man, you got to follow your ass. Like what does Will Smith say? Fail early, fail often, fail forward. It's one of my sayings that I
That's
say.
nice. See, I'd rather skin my knee than completely fall on my ass.
See, but you're going to learn. You gonna
Right.
learn how to get up.
Because
So I fell.
Yesterday? No, I'm just playing.
No, I failed. I think I failed a lot more than I succeeded.
But that's where
You
you,
wouldn't-
learn more.
You wouldn't think it, but like I don't want to switch this to talking about me,
Oh, you good.
but like my blessing was I had an entrepreneurial father.
Mhm.
Mentor.
Like my dad taught me a lot about being an entrepreneur. He was a lot of things, but that he could hustle up some money. He used to charge lawyers to like serve papers and stuff, some stuff like that the sheriff's office would like normally do. And like he would charge them like back in like the 1990s, he charged them like $180 plus 35 cents a mile
Mhm.
to like serve papers and shit. Right.
Mm.
And back then like that was a lot of money. Like he was making
Yeah.
a ton of money. He found a loophole in the system that allowed him to get information that nobody else could get.
That's cool.
And what he would do is he would basically call these people, confirm employment, and these lawyers would then garnish people's wages. And he would get like $50 a person, but he would find like 25 people a day.
Yeah.
So he the one serving me my child support.
So he was making like $2,000 a day for like a whole like 6 months until the
Mhm.
Department of Labor caught on to it.
I
But
had
it was-
9 kids.
but it was
$50 a
perfectly-
kid.
It was perfectly
It's too
legal.
late. Yeah.
But it was perfectly
Wow.
legal. So like
That's crazy.
yeah. So
That's a bankroll.
$50 a
Yeah.
hit. And I got 9 babies. I ain't trying to take care of them motherfuckers. God damn.
anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry. I interrupted you.
It's your podcast. Tell all the stories you want.
You said that very white chickish, right?
Hey, man. I love
Didn't
white
it?
chicks.
I just watched that again the other day.
You
and it-
can't- well, it wasn't you can't sit with us. It's like, how did you know? Somebody get this chickaboo away from me.
What was the sound on
gonna
TikTok
have
for the
a
longest?
BF.
I have one. It's like, don't you know this is a white party? Get this jigaboo
Away from me.
Anyway, but yeah, so
Okay, Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is so You can do that. But yeah, she met me when I was finally getting my shit together. Like I had finally been studying for years. I got my certs, and I said, you know what? I'm tired of Best Buy. Like, cause when I met her, I finally said, I was like, okay, I need to take. I got into like a man mode, I guess. I was like, oh, I see a future with her. Well, I can't buy a house on this salary. I can't take care of her this X, Y, and Z on this salary. So I was like, okay, it wasn't the primary motivation, but it became slowly. So I got to a new job, started leveling up, making more money. But with that, the best thing about Bianca is I'm kind of like Icarus. I will fly into that fucking sun. But she keeps me.
We read that story in my class. Sorry.
The best
Gotta
teacher.
talk louder though.
You got talking to the mic.
Wait, y'all hear me?
Go ahead, do it again.
I said, oh, we read that story in my class.
There we go.
ahead.
Education.
There you
There we
go.
go.
There we
I'll fly into the sun, but
Uh-huh.
she keeps me grounded. So yeah, there was one time I was working 4 jobs. For something to be saved up. But it's one of those things where I just straight up I want to have honest communication with her, and we do a lot of relationship check-ins.
Well, that's cool.
No matter what, I'm just like, hey, how we doing? What's going on? And it's not out of fear, because I think before I used to think like we don't do that because we're good. That's out of fear. But now it's like, no, we're human beings. We constantly change. So as we continue to
Message.
work, message. Oh, Minister Society, message. We check in, like we're not great, we're not perfect, but I think at the end of the day, like if we have a long week, I know to just do it automatically. Say, hey, let's go get something to eat. Let's do this. It's not easy because she works 2 jobs as well.
Okay.
So got that hustler spirit.
What's the other job that you work?
Sexy
Work at a
self.
juice bar.
You did say that.
Yeah.
Because
Banana juice bar.
we're friends
hold
now,
up.
so she's gonna make me juice.
What
I
what
have
juice
a
bar is this?
juicer.
They do have turmeric shots, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, she has that hustle spirit as well. Because I don't know. I think we just make it work. I don't think we have like a guide, but
There's
that's how I see
there's
it.
even guides
Not
don't
a
work.
guide.
Yeah.
But what I think is cool is when I told y'all, doing the podcast, how we are always learning from people and things like that. That was a message for me because I'm not gonna say he was really good at doing check-ins. And I was like, why does he keep doing this? We're good.
That man
Like,
loves you.
Why? No, well, we don't do them anymore. That's something we should start doing again.
Yeah.
Because he used to do it. I say I'm gonna start doing it too. Because the thing that you just said it, you change. We're human beings. We change. And just like what you said, I was like, it was so cute that he would do that. But I was like, we're good. Why I would be like, baby, I don't know, we good. Like that would be like my thing. And it's like, no, like that's something that we should bring back. I think it'll be cool, and I'll do better at.
We'll
doing
note
it.
that. I'll mark that one too. Michael, if you're listening to this, bring back the check-ins. All right, cool.
What about you, babe?
Wait, what was the question?
It was just saying how again, y'all aren't at y'all's peak at careers and stuff yet. So has there been any obstacles or things that you like about y'all? I don't want to say the word struggling together, but growing together, growing out of the struggle phase into the adult phase together. Is it really cool, or is it kind of like you went with me when you was in the gym kind of thing,
Yeah.
or is it things like that? How do you feel about that?
I think now, we have our own schedules.
Mhm.
I get it. I'm always exhausted, I feel like. But so does he. But I feel like the way I handle exhaustion versus how he does is unique because it teaches me things and vice versa. Like I teach him things. So I think just seeing how we work together now with our schedules, trying to figure out ourselves individually,
Mhm.
it's pretty inspiring because I'm like, okay, I like where this is going, even on our bad days, because it's okay to have rough days. Because how you gonna grow?
Yeah.
How are you really gonna learn each other? So it's been pretty interesting.
So how does he handle exhaustion compared to you?
I think
Tell the truth.
the way he handles
Speak your
exhaustion
truth.
is by just still going. Like I'm tired, but I'm still gonna go do this. Like just being on go mode. But for me, that's overwhelming. Like I
Oh.
need a stopping point. Like I don't care if it's gonna delay me. Like I have to process things. But I'm learning that his way of processing things are to do things. Like he has to process as he's doing things.
Motion helps you.
Yes.
The good thing though is she helps me to realize it's okay to calm down. When I was working 4 jobs, she didn't say anything. She just lets me hit the wall. And Charlemagne the God says he said the best thing about walls is when you hit them, you're meant to hit them so then you can lean against them and
I
rest.
like that.
So she
Walls are
lets me
meant to
hit
be-
my wall.
You can go through walls. So,
Exactly.
he'll get there.
And so there was a
hope you're
point
not
where I
going
hit
through
it.
walls. I want these walls to be sturdy.
No, we good.
Woo! We don't want these walls.
Was that a nasty joke?
Was that a what?
A nasty joke?
I didn't think it was.
Oh,
it?
okay.
Bree don't make nasty jokes.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, those walls.
Yeah.
I was
Oh, that's what I-
That's what Mama. Yeah.
No. That was a good one that I didn't even know I did.
Yeah, I want to lean up against some walls.
I kind of want to know, like, so you guys have been married for 4 months now, right? Or is it 5?
Tomato.
It'll
What's
be.
your question?
It's about 6 months.
About 6 months. So now you're a year and a half in the game. Well, you're a half in the game. How do you feel now? Like, how do you really feel about your marriage? Because everybody's different, but it's always interesting because I see the way you guys interact. I'm like, damn, that's love.
Aw.
So
Looking at us and being like, this love.
it's the real love. It's not that fake one where it's a presentation. There's no presentation. It's
Mhm.
honesty, and that's what I love about you guys. So I really want to know, like, how is it 6 months into the game?
You want to talk first to me? Because you always say I have too much to say. He always says that. He usually goes first.
So for me, like, marriage was like the ultimate realization of, hey, I pledged my life to this person.
Yep.
So for me, it was like a lot happens in such a short amount of time.
Mm.
You know, and with us, it's been up and down because it's like when you actually like live with somebody and you see them every day, you wake up next to them, you go to sleep next to them, it's a lot different than living separately.
We're at that phase now where we're
Yeah.
separate. And I'm like, damn, I want to live with her every day.
I
I want to make you
Yeah.
pancakes.
But it's like it's one of those things where like, hey, grass is people say, you know, grass is always green on the other side. You know, I'm not saying don't, you know, live together, don't get married, don't. I'm not.
He said, don't do it.
I'm not discouraging any of that. I'm just saying that it's different, you know, and like marriage is like that final step to where it's like, okay, like now what do we have to look forward to other than each other? You know, it's like getting a house. Ooh, it's so great. Getting married. Ooh, this is so great. You know,
But
buying a
y'all
new car.
done more than the big
What?
two, though.
What's that?
Y'all done more than the big two, like the house and the marriage. Y'all traveled.
Yeah.
Y'all seen the world
Yeah.
together.
It's just like but I'm just referring to like life events. Now it's like now it's like all of the stuff that
like,
you
especially because we said we weren't having children, so it's not like
yeah.
It's
not like it's like what do we have to look forward to
Yeah.
other than the lives that we already have for each other, because
Uh-huh.
we've kind of like built this little mini empire, and like now it's like, okay, we have to keep this afloat, you know. So that's what it's been like for us. It's like, okay, now like we have to maintain what we have. We continue to you never stop building,
Right.
but now as far as life events, you have to maintain what you've already built. And that is a challenge in and of itself. And we've had like a lot of ups and downs in that short amount of time, you know? So that's what it's been like for me, you know, just, you know, the ultimate realization of, hey, I'm going to be with this person for the rest of my life, and having to maintain that, has created its own set of challenges, but like we're in it together.
I like that. What about you, Bree?
So,
well, I was telling someone earlier about this. Is that just that like I'm a preparation person. I prepare. You know, we did the counseling. We did this. We still do counseling. We doing all the steps, and there's still surprises.
Yeah.
And it's like okay, cool. Surprises are cool, but it's like no, we prepared for this. We did the courses. We did the assignments. We did the assessments, and it's like everything that we did felt like it didn't prepare us for the stuff we're going through right now.
yeah.
What's preparing for us with the stuff that we're going through right now is our patience with each other, and our really, I don't even think it's patience, it's determination. That's what's keeping it going. It's determination, because like we already, at least for me, I'm speaking for you. For me, like I could have been with somebody else. He could have been with somebody else.
Yeah, y'all both
So
attractive. Y'all both have options.
Either we have,
I got
but
options.
we chose each other, right? So it's like we chose each other for a reason. And what's happening, I feel like, is that like you get comfortable.
Yeah.
And the reasons you start feeling disappointment, which disappointment leads to resentment. And then if you don't voice those, which again, the check-ins
Yeah.
and communicating, then it becomes like the wall.
Unchecked emotion.
Yeah, unchecked. There we go. Unchecked emotion. And it just comes out in a different form. So I feel like because we prepare, and we got all the check marks and we got all of this and we're here and we're like, what the fuck? Like, it's just been 6 months. We shouldn't be doing this right now. And then people are like,
Mhm.
no, it's fine. I'm
Yeah, like we
what you
talked
mean
to
it's fine? No,
like-
we supposed to be in the honeymoon phase.
yeah,
You know?
we talked to married couples, and it's like, yeah, that's actually like a normal thing for you to go through, like a lot of tribulations early on in your marriage.
Oh, remember okay, can I say the two things or am I about to cut you off?
Go ahead.
The two things that I found out,
I'm getting
and
compliments for that.
he was laughing about me. The two things I found out is one, it's like because I'm part of, and I want to know, he hasn't said anything to me. I don't know if he thinks it's going to hurt my feelings or not, but I told him it's like I'm part of this wife club. You're laughing because it's happened 4 times since I've told him about it the first time. So I'm part of like this wives club now. We're like, okay, like, when you're engaged, you have like the engagement ring, but then when you get married, you get the bands, right? So it's like, I guess it's thicker. So when they look at you, they're like, oh, because I didn't know that. I didn't even know. He was telling me. Remember when we were engaged? He said something to me about the band.
You hear that? It's thicker. It's thicker.
Shut up.
Okay.
I'll take it mental notes.
Mahogany, babe. Mahogany with a gold trim.
Anyway,
It's my day too.
Groomzilla.
I didn't know that. I didn't even think about the engagement, like the bands, right? So the same thing was happening. People were like, "Oh, when are you getting married?" I'm like, "How do they know that I'm not married yet?" Because the band. So anyway, so now they have the band. I feel like people look at me and so, like, for instance, we were somewhere and his aunt had said, "Oh, how's married life? I haven't seen you since the wedding." And I was like, "Oh, it's going," because we were going through something. "Oh, it's going." You don't want to let them know, but it's like it's going, it's cool. And she's like, "Oh, I know that tone. It'll be all right. You're gonna be good, girl." And I was like, the tone? Like, I'm just thinking, oh, it's all right. It's cool. Like, we good. And it's like, like, that's the kind of like,
That's what it comes across as.
but
Like,
no, that's what the women are saying to me. If I'll say, oh, how long you been married? Because they see the band, oh, we've been married since April. Like, it's like a sound. And it's like, they pick up on, like, I haven't gotten that power yet, I guess, because I'm still new to the game. But the older women I'm talking to, whenever I just say something, oh, we're good, it's fine. I know. It's like, I don't know what it is, but they just pick up on it. And then they start dropping all this knowledge on me. And I'm just like, I thought I said we were good. But you
like
know
they
what I'm saying?
can feel like
They
it's
can
a thing.
feel it. And so, like, even his aunt was like, the first year is the hardest. The first 5 years is hard. The 7th year is when you get your 7-year itch. And I said, I had never heard that before. So here I am married. And I was like, well, shit, if I knew that, would we have gotten married? That's like a decade of unhappiness before you get to the blissful part is what it sounds like, And when you break it down, I think we talked about this, or I might have talked about it with Bethany, but it was like when you break it down, it kind of makes sense because like you said, we're going through the first 6 months is the struggle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first year is the hardest because you're getting to learn each other. That's when, in my opinion, people relax too much and you forget the things that got you here.
You get easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're reestablishing the things that got you here and the things that you want in the future. So, okay, cool. Year over, good. But the next 4 years are still going to be a little difficult. I don't think it's going to be horrible, but it's going to be difficult because, like, you're still growing. You're still getting to be husband and wife. So then it's almost like what they sound like, at least. Year 6 is like, we made it. This is blissful. This is amazing. But then year 7 is like, man, I don't know if I want to be here, though. Like, what am I going to do? Because they
I went through all this though.
They said the 7-year itch. And then year 8 and up. And I'm like, is that why you see these couples like Chandra and Jonte, the Prices, been on here 20 years. You talk to people.
They were
When
in
they're
love.
past the 10-year mark.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, we got this. It's on lock. Like,
They
we
seem
good.
relaxed. They seem relaxed.
And I'm just like, being like, even with the stuff they were saying, being in the family, I saw the struggles and things like that. But it's like, if I think about it, it's like, dang, 10-year mark, I feel like that's when they were like, yeah, we got this. We good. It's like, that person. But the thing is that means the saying that they say about marriage being work, it's work for like almost the first decade.
Yeah.
And there's
It
going to
gets
be
the
happy
glory
times.
part of it.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
there's going to
finally.
be happy times. There's going to be great times in between that. But it's the fact is that saying came from somewhere and we ain't never heard it.
They don't tell you. That's something they don't tell you till you into the club. So I guess we spilling the tea on that.
Hey, I like to see.
but
That's
it's-
why I watch the
but-
podcast.
But it's
Yeah.
important, and even like with my girlfriends, even like we got married and we were talking about, we felt different. Remember everyone kept saying, it's just a name change. And we were like, no, I don't know about you, but we feel different. I felt real different for like maybe till right after Bali, maybe like 2 weeks after Bali. it was weird. You felt different. And when you would try to describe it to people, I was like, why didn't y'all tell? And then when I would say it to like my married friends, because a lot of my bridesmaids were married, and I would tell them and they'd be like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, why you ain't tell me? He's like, it's hard to explain. Well, I'm explaining it right now. Like, how is it hard to explain? Like,
Hang on.
That was a good description, though. What you were just going through.
thanks.
I think it's because a lot of the times it's still recording on the pod track, though, right? Okay.
Oh.
I think a lot of times, like, we approach love with naivety. Like, we're just like, oh, we're gonna be different. But I don't know. I've been trying to be cautious with love because my parents were divorced.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm gonna take this seriously because I'm not trying to do no divorce. Nobody goes into
Yeah.
it trying to be divorced, but nobody like really prepares for it. And I'm like, let me learn how to communicate my emotions. Let me take my ego out of the conversation. But I think sometimes we don't think about the work that really goes into it.
Mhm.
And like you think like, oh, we're gonna get married and everything's gonna be good. But one of the things that she reminds me of is like, yeah, we're gonna talk about this, but if we're gonna plan to be married, we need to have these conversations now. We need to think about this now because it's not gonna be easy as soon as we just get the rings on each other. Even though my ring gonna be flawless, but like it's gonna be work.
Yeah.
But I approach it that way because I know me. I'm like a hermit. Like I'll hold in my emotions. So with this relationship, I'm learning. Well, if I don't voice my opinion or how I feel, then it's not going to open the window for how we both feel.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we get married, when we get married, we're going to be surprising each other with you know how they say the real you comes out. So it's like, no, we need to
Have that honesty and upfront.
yeah. And
But,
it's scary for me, even addressing or being like, sometimes being the person to lay stuff on the table. It's like, ooh, should I do that?
She lay it
Yeah.
down.
What's gonna happen from here? But we're already here, so
Exactly. Well, like even what I think, I said I need to reread my vows because I feel like I said it in the vows, but I didn't want to get married. Michael is the only person that I've ever thought about marrying. Like the only person. You know, when you're puppy love and you got your high school whatever boyfriend, you're like, yeah. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. Like I shut it down then. No, we're not doing that.
Per the podcast, episode 3 and 4.
You wanted
But
to
it's
marry
just-
me.
Yeah, like I wanted to marry him. Like he is, and my friends will tell you, my mom, I remember my mom, and again, we've talked about this on the podcast, but it just makes sense right here. And he's told me that he wasn't going to, so now I have confirmation that I was just imagining it. But he freaked me out one day because it felt like he was about to propose to me. And I didn't know what I was going to say. And this is like maybe 2 weeks of us being official, 2 months of us being official. And so it just seemed like what he was about to do, he was about to like say something because he had halfway proposed to me several times before then, but it was like when he was drunk or high. It was when he was drunk or high.
Are you high
And
right now?
so-
Do you ever get nervous?
And so when I thought that he was, y'all are a mess. So when I thought he was going to do that, I literally like shut it down and like left. And I went to my mom's house and she was just like, I said, I don't know if Michael was trying to propose to me or not. And she was like, well, what would you have said? I said, what do you think I would have said? No. And she was like, why? She was like, it's too soon. We just got together. It's like June. It's like July. We got together in June. Like
it's the
what-
summertime.
Like what is going on? It's
City girl
summertime.
summer. Come on now.
Yeah.
And
come on now.
she literally just looked at me and she was like, is this not the easiest relationship you've ever had? Have you not been complaining that these guys are begging
My
you
mom
that you're
has-
yes. She's like, are you not complaining about these guys that you're begging to do the bare minimum and he's going above and beyond without you asking? Like she just laid it out and she was just like, it's not about the order of what you think it's going to be. Like first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes baby. It's about
Yes.
what you two decide to do. And so that really hit me because even with like my
Okay, mama.
godmother, that's what she said. So even with my
Parents are the
godmother,
goat.
I could be getting them confused, so I'm sorry, the ag news, if I'm getting it confused. But my godmother and my mom's other really close friend, best friend, like bridesmaids in their wedding. She just used to tell me about how like, I think I just had a brain fart because of the thing, so you'll edit that out. But I'll just talk about my mom and dad then. They moved in really quickly. They got together really quickly. My godmother and the Agnews got together like really quickly, and they're still married. They're still together. Like when you know, you know.
Yeah.
So when she said that, I was like, oh. She's like, so now what would you have said? I was like, am I really about to go back and tell him yes? Like, is that what I'm just finding out? They didn't do it again, so I was like, okay, good. I don't have to find out. But it
I'm
was
safe.
just like, that was like the most nerve wracking thing, but it put into two in different perspectives. So again, like it's whatever is good for y'all. Like even with you, remember I think the way we ended up getting this house is weird. But then at the same time, when he was talking to me, he was the one that was planning. I was the one just going with the flow. I hadn't had a boyfriend in years. So I was just working off of situationships and shit. So he had been in a relationship prior. So he was more in depth on like at least how to move in a relationship. So he was teaching me for the most part.
That's
And
same.
so is that what it was?
I'm sitting here like
She was turning dudes down. Down.
Yeah.
She was the finest mama on the Stephen F. Austin State University campus. I know. I know.
for fun. I'm like, I'm good.
They'd be like, you cute. We'd be at parties and she would turn them down. So yeah.
Or so same thing then.
Yeah.
And so I lose my train of thought again.
No, you were talking about being in a relationship and this was different because he was making all the moves on the house while you were just kind of like, oh, I ain't had a boyfriend in
Yes.
years.
Okay. So then he literally looked at me one day and he said something about like when we moving together. I said, we ain't moving together without no ring. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah. He was like, well, why? And I was like, I couldn't come up with a why. I was just like, because you don't do that. And he was like, but why? And I was like,
That's just not the thing.
that's just not the thing.
He will make
was
you do
like-
that.
But the thing is, I had no reason why because my parents moved in. Like everyone I know moved in before they got married. But for some reason, I had it in my head that we weren't going to do that.
It makes you question
And
everything.
when I was literally, do you remember this conversation? And I was literally like, I don't know why. Let me get back to you. And then I couldn't come up with an idea. I said, I guess I don't care because I can't come up with, like, I
Yeah.
worked on it for like a week and I really didn't know why. It was just, one of those things you had in your head. I'm not going to move in with someone before I'm married.
Do you think like part of it was fear? Like you were kind of caught off guard?
Or like the
don't
pressure of
know.
being, what do they call in our community? Shacked up.
Mm.
I really don't know because I like even to this day it was just something and y'all know me but he knows me when I have something stuck in my head it stays stuck in my head until I kick it out.
You and your daddy.
Ain't nobody else gonna kick the thought
Right.
out my head. I gotta get through it myself.
Yeah.
And so
my way
I
out.
literally I was just going through life like, all right, so I ain't getting with nobody until he my boyfriend and I ain't getting with nobody until we get married. That was just what it was. And I was just he asked me why and I was like, I really can't think of a reason why. This is stupid. So that's literally what happened. Because I could not think of a reason. But yeah, there was that.
So what do you think is keeping y'all going now? Like you said, this has been 6 months. So what's keeping y'all going?
Because like I know for Bree, it's like she can't picture herself with nobody else. I want to speak for you, so let me speak for myself.
He said he handsome.
Speak for me. Speak for my
He
baby.
said I look good.
And he does.
I smell good.
And he does most times.
I make love
Oh, he
good.
do that.
Hallelujah.
But no, for me, it's like, even when like I'm upset or she getting on my nerve, but I get on Bree's nerves a lot more than she get on mine.
This
It's
is true.
because she's a little bit more emotional than me. I can,
That's women.
Is she right like
I
93% of the time?
yeah, women are right sometimes.
What?
Go
you know-
ahead and say the truth. Is it more than something?
and just- let's move on.
Look, dog, 93. I'm only
So-
right 7.
So
And you take that 7 with
Fuck
stride.
it with a win.
Just-
I'll
oh,
wear a
no,
belt
look
on that.
here. When it's time for us to get a dub, we get hella excited.
Yeah.
I told you. You need to wear a screwdriver to take that screw out. Motherfucker. Oh, I know this, babe. I'm a man. Let me be a man.
I'll let him be a man until
Damn.
you were right.
She's like, are you sure you want to say that to that person? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to say that to, you sure you want to? And then 2 days, I shouldn't have said that to that person. You're right, Betty. Okay. I'll go home now. I think I'm sorry. That's my relationship. Men don't want to tell the truth. You be taking L's, dog.
Look here. My problem is like I'll come up with an argument
Yeah.
and I'll rehearse my lines
Uh-huh.
All right.
In the mirror, too. In the mirror.
and then look.
Ridiculous.
Shh. And when it comes to like actually say it, I'll forget what I thought.
I got something to say.
Looking crazy.
I'll just lose my train of thought. I'll be like, Bree, look, and I had something to say, and I'm gonna get back to you when I
And then you
remember
just
what I
pat him
said.
on his back like there.
I'm gonna get back to you when I can remember the shit that I practiced
I be
earlier.
feeling bad though because sometimes I just because like I don't feel like I've ever been like I told you so. But okay, so we're candid, right? So I'm gonna talk
Good.
about this one time. So there was this time we won't get into the incident, but he felt really strongly about something that happened. So he steamed and cooked on it for the whole 2 or 3 days that I was gone.
Oh,
'cause I
that
was
one,
at work.
yeah.
He was
'Cause I had
plotting
to
on
go
that
to work.
argument.
He was just plotting, just like, well, when she get back, like,
Ooh,
oh,
no ass.
So,
ride on this bitch.
but
Fucking
every-
mother niggas, cause I'm down for my niggas.
everything he's doing is pissing me off more.
Yeah.
So then, like, I get home, he's not really talking to me. Cool. I go take I'm about to run the bath
Now it's
water.
a game. Like, oh, you don't want to
Yeah.
talk?
So now I'm about to run the bath water. I'm running bath water. I'm about to get in bath. And he goes in there and says, can we talk? I'm like, yeah. But he goes in there and turns off my water. Says, can we talk?
That's so
Then like goes over to the table, pulls out the chair, sit down.
Why you butt naked in the tub?
No, I
He
wasn't.
got you defenseless.
I wasn't in the tub yet. I was gonna get in the tub.
I was gonna say he got you out.
Goes over to the table, pulls out the chair, sit down. I was like, okay.
Ooh.
Then we're talking, and I'm just looking at him, and I'm like listening to him. But nothing he's saying, like literally nothing he's saying makes sense.
It's a national dumb nigga stand.
Man, I just want to tell you, man.
I said, hold up. No, here's what was fucked up, right? I don't even know if I told Bree this, but like I came up and I said, ooh, I'm about to kill her.
I'm gonna get him today.
No, but like
Tell me that.
I said what I had to say, and then she said, babe. And she said like 7 sentences.
And then
I was
over.
like, fuck.
After you done got sources, you done cited it, you have a whole
I
reason.
cited my sources.
Plagiarized.
I double space 12-point font that motherfucker.
Times New Roman.
And
thought I was feeling you.
It was
APA,
like
he a munch.
it was like 7 sentences, and I was so fucking mad at that point that I got madder because I was wrong.
And you don't want to
I'm
admit
gonna say
it.
you're
I
mad
didn't
that
want to
you're
admit
wrong.
that shit.
You know how hard that is to do as a man when you done
Bro,
prepared?
You done, you done
So then the
prepared.
argument went on for like another 30 minutes. It
Oh,
gets to
damn.
this big like blow up basically, and then I'm just like, and because I know him, I knew that there was something else. Like it wasn't that. Like there was something else. So it's again comes with the patience and knowing your partner, because otherwise I could have just dipped. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna give him some more chances to come clean on what he really trying to say to me because I know that this is not it. Then he finally said it, and I was like, you have to stop trying to win stuff. I'm not
Mhm.
trying to win, but because he went
Yeah.
into it trying to win, it made this simple thing that could have been fixed in 20 minutes a 3-day ordeal.
Like it's a
Yeah.
team. But that's the good thing about Mike though, is that like I understand most of the time it's because of why. He's trying to look for understanding sometimes.
Mhm.
And if he don't understand, he gonna ask you why. He bold as shit with it too. But he gonna ask you why. But that's what you gotta love about him, because it doesn't come from a place of malice. 98% of the time. He just mad I'm handsome. But
At 2% though, he gets you with that 2% sometimes.
he be saying some smart shit. You be like,
You be like, oh, did you really have you seen? Okay, sorry, it's a TikTok right now, and she was like, she thought he was gonna say yes automatically.
Yeah.
But he was like, what did he say? Baby, am I pretty or ugly? And he said she was ugly. And she's like, did you just call me ugly on camera? But he's like in the corner, like doing something. He's like, baby, I am trying to do something. Why are you bothering me? And then he was like, you just called me ugly on camera. I said, what? He said, you just called me ugly on camera. He's like, my hand is stuck. Why are we talking about this? He's like, well, do you think I'm pretty or ugly? Both. Both. You haven't done the stuff yet, so it's both. Like
You haven't done the stuff.
it's really funny, but it was the way I saw it was a lady doing it with the dog, so of course it was funny. But it was just that's what that reminds me.
I like it. Wait,
That
so
was
what's the
funny.
next topic?
My word. But yeah, so Bree's right too goddamn much. She's too fucking practical. And
And that's why he said he liked me, though.
I like you because you're practical, but then like you're so fucking practical, everything's like black and white. And like there's like when it comes to like relationship and like arguments, there's like no gray areas. It's like, no, it's black and white. You did this, so this is what
And
happened.
this is what happened.
You did
I'm a
this,
cause and
this is-
effect person.
And this is what will happen.
Yeah. So it's like,
Mhm.
okay. And like there's no like, oh well maybe this could no. She's like, you did this,
Yeah, I was
this is what happens.
I was extremely logical.
Uh-huh.
And then she's an empath.
Uh-huh.
And after being with her so long, it kind of like trickled down. She
Oh,
was
that's
like,
cool.
oh, what I say affects people emotionally. So it kind of like, I knew to be like sensitive to other people, but now I became emotionally aware of other people. But let's go to the next topic. I've really been excited for this.
So I'm kind of answering my own question with this, but it doesn't sound like, with the 20 years of foreplay, y'all were not dating with purpose. Y'all were just kicking it. And then when you started dating, though, I feel like it's dating with purpose, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it says, if with purpose, how do you think that affected how you went about your relationship? So you've had other relationships that just to be honest, there's this whole fad now about dating without purpose is wasting your time. No, it's called having a good fun.
You're
It's called
figuring it out.
having a social life.
Being a
It's
human.
called just, that's what really gets me. Like my mama, well, mama putting you out there. My mamas and aunts and stuff like that were the ones that taught me about having a roster.
Gotta have the
Okay.
roster.
But there are so many people that don't have rosters. Like I had so many friends that like will put all their time and
And
effort
one
into
person.
a guy that
Yeah.
they met at the club on
Yeah.
Saturday night, and then you like
Um,
you do realize we was 10 tequila shots in. What you think he was doing? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that people are so. Some of these things aren't good in my opinion, but some of these people are just so stuck in these things. So like the thing is about once again dating with purpose. There's a time to date with purpose, and there's a time to be social and have fun. So
Yeah.
with that being said, do you think dating with purpose was good for y'all in y'all's relationship versus like past relationships, maybe just dating for fun? Like, what did you do differently? As in, like going in as a talking stages, as a girlfriend, like whatever, because you're dating with purpose. Same question. Yeah, got the
This
good
is
ones.
interesting.
You want to go? You want me to go?
You go first.
So I finished my roster phase with her. So I did things differently. I moved differently.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is the girl I want. Because I told my mom. Because I told my mom in college, like, this is the girl I want. Like, I'm gonna marry. So I moved a
And he was like, "Where these other people come from?" That's what your mom was probably saying every time.
oh
My
no,
mom
no.
knew it too.
My mom only
Oh,
met
really?
one. My mom only met one girl before her,
Mm-hmm.
and that she didn't even like the other girl. So
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Mama Rose don't care.
That's how you know.
So I didn't play no games. As soon as I saw her text message, I responded. I didn't care about looking clingy.
Okay, so were you saying Mama Rose don't play?
Yeah, she don't play. So I moved differently. I moved with purpose.
Uh-huh.
Can I tell a story?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so she got food poisoning like maybe 1 month into dating,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't even think twice. I
Mhm.
went and bought a bunch of stuff to clean her car, and I cleaned her throw up
Mm-hmm.
without second notice. If this was whole phase Jay, I would have said that's cool, you good. But I moved differently. Like I wanted to be her person,
Mm-hmm.
and I still like wake up. I'm like I want to be your person.
Aw.
So I think that's the dating with purpose is it's good after you have that phase because you
Mhm.
know what you want, you know what you're looking for, you know what you're about.
Okay.
But you have to have that roster phase, like, maybe I want somebody that's like this way, that way.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
You don't know till you test the waters.
Mm-hmm.
See, well, my roster phase.
2K18 hot girl
Yeah,
summer.
2018 summer for me was a wild one.
We had a time last
Yeah.
night.
Oh, child. But I realized that I was calling the shots.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
But when I started dating Jay, I was like, oh, I was trying to be in control, but not like, hyper in control.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was trying to control things because I was scared, like, oh, I don't want to turn out like my mom or have a baby early or, be a single mom because I see what she went through, just
Mm-hmm.
in my head so much. But then I realized, okay, well, dating with purpose must mean like trusting that person and then asking the questions, doing the work, letting them know, hey, this is why I feel this way, not just doing or leading like you just not gonna, oh, I'm not gonna get played. I'm gonna be the player.
Oh,
So, yeah, I think just really being more vulnerable that's been my way to like date with purpose and being okay with like talking things out. So the trust.
fine.
So,
Yeah.
but before
Fine
Jay,
ass.
there was no talking things out. You were just like,
Cut off. Snip, snip. She would tell me
holla.
I cut him off. Like, cool, he ugly anyways.
Like, you know what?
So
I just woke up and felt this way and no.
So I would, when I wasn't dating with purpose, my problem was I would like keep a girl around for long enough to where she thought that she was somebody special,
Oh, he was.
and it was
Yeah.
hard.
Wild.
It was hard to get rid of a woman after that. So like as time progressed, I got better at like
He
cutting
was a
What was-
basketball player, was balling.
What's crazy is when he used to tell me things he did to these girls, because we're really open about stuff like that. When he used to tell me, I'd be like, the dick must have been that good, because I would have never
What?
It
done
had to be.
anything
You
like
would
that. You know what I'm
never.
saying?
Yes, it
Get the-
was.
get
So
that far.
I was just like, you was really digging
This
them
is a
down because like
motherfucking-
they. Oh, because I was just like, you think that's what it is? All the lights and stuff. But yeah, like I was like, come on, like you must have really been digging them down for them to just be pulling that stuff. Because when he would say it, I'm like, they are stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, you were dealing with some
Couldn't
stupid
be
bitches.
me.
Like that's literally what I was saying every time. But
Look,
the thing is,
I am a nice guy though.
but when you're in the roster phase, you're looking for a certain type. You're not, you know what I'm saying? Like
Not
there's
no
been
husband, not no wife.
No.
There's been, because I think my dad even said that to me. It was like, you're going to have a hard time finding a man. He said, because even if you're trying to play around, you don't look like you are.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way that you set up, the way that your life has been, you don't look like you're trying to play around. So even if you do just want to have sex, but daddy said that, even if you do just want to have sex, you just want to play around, they're going to be like, oh, I got to have a future with her, so I can't do this. And I'm like,
Like you give the wife aura, but you really just
Literally.
trying to like
but it's
enjoy
not
your
fair.
life.
I just want some dick. Like I'm not even trying.
I just
to,
want to get in the
like, be
section
your
and
husband.
whatever you think,
Yeah.
like cool. You okay?
Like I remember this one guy was like, oh, you so wifey. No, I'm not. Don't say that.
You don't. I will fuck your
don't-
life
I
up. This
don't
is
want
nothing but
that.
$100 sections.
for me and the girls, like
Heels.
just trying to get in.
Bitch, you are an Instagram photo, some hands and a steak plate.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you. Ocean Prime.
I ain't never been no steak plate hands.
Making fans.
But it's like it that's why you think it's important for the roster. Like I have friends and I'm just like, why are you still dealing with that guy? You're dealing with that guy because you only have one guy. That's why. If you had several guys, you would know to put his ass back on the bench,
Mm-hmm.
bring somebody else to the front,
Let them get some
and
rest.
just have a good time. Just
Not the rest.
yeah, he needs. Sometimes y'all need some rest.
What
because
am I,
y'all be
Kawhi
doing
Leonard?
the most.
The fuck?
This was the roster.
Because sometimes you get that guy that think that they just got it.
I'm gonna call this podcast No
uh,
Jumper.
What was it? I remember I told you
I had
it. You had it because you got it. I'm here.
Baby, baby, do I got it?
Yeah.
I'm not feeling self-conscious. What you mean? Yeah.
She's like, I'm feeling self-conscious. But I think I even told you there was this dude I was dating right before I moved off to New York. I was dating him. And we was kicking it like every day, but it wasn't like anything special. We had time. We had time. He wasn't doing shit. I wasn't doing shit. He get off work. I work in the morning. Like it was like we kicking it. So I'd be over there every day. We'd be going out to eat every day. He take me to new places. I'm seeing Dallas in different ways that I haven't seen before. That's what dating is, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's getting close to like Valentine's Day. And he gonna approach me and he gonna be like, so what you doing for Valentine's Day? I was like, I don't know, nothing really. Like, what's up? He's like, well, I'm gonna go to this party. I'm like, okay, you inviting me?
That's a Valentine's Day date.
Yeah.
No. But it's just that he's like, I'm going to this party. I'm like, okay, cool.
No
He
invite.
was like, it's a stoplight party. I was like, okay, cool. So what? Like, what you trying to tell me? And he was like, yeah, so, like, but he going and he don't want me to go. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then he started acting funny after that. And I had to approach him and I was like, why are you acting funny? He's like, well, I think you want. I said, why are you thinking? I didn't tell you to
Right.
start thinking. Like we were cool the way that we were.
I thought you were a savage, Mike.
And then
I'm
no,
not.
no. Oh,
Nah.
wait till you hear this last part. So then he was acting funny. He was like, it never got back to good. Like it was still him. Like instead of him, because he thought I wanted more for some reason, something clicked in his head. Because I never responded. Like something clicked in his head that I wanted more. So he started treating me differently, like less than what we were doing. I was
Oh,
like,
trying to cut you off.
There's
Yeah.
no reason for me to be here.
Yeah.
So I remember I had the last time I was over there, I had my favorite socks I wanted to. So I made sure I went over there that night to get my favorite socks, and I like dipped, right?
Nah, you.
But
how
She
we
do
You
have
went
dope
over a
socks.
motherfucking house.
She got dope socks.
Get
Look,
some
the thing
socks.
is,
got
Some
dope
goddamn
socks though.
socks.
okay,
She got
look,
dope socks.
I got big thighs. Okay, thigh high socks are hard to find for me. I
Oh,
still got them socks.
I thought they were the fuzzy ones.
no,
Never mind.
Bethany bought me those.
Oh,
But the thing is though, so he really just thought, I don't know where he had this in his head, but he really thought he just had me, right?
Mhm.
So I was in the process of deciding if I was going to move to Miami or New York. But because we were dating, I was trying to see what was going to happen because like I needed to at least tell him.
Right.
But I don't have to tell you no more. You obviously we not kicking it.
You can play
So
that
I
game.
moved to New York. He hit me up and was like, "Hey, I really love to see you. I haven't seen you in a while." I said, "Okay, when you in New York, let me know." It was like, "What?" I was like, "I moved 2 weeks ago." Like literally 2 days after we
You focused on the wrong thing.
because I had already had the transfer. It's just that I was trying to decide when I was going to tell him. But like, if you was just like someone I'll jump off, there's no reason for me to tell you.
Right.
We just stopped talking. But that's the thing is that you had
Spicy.
to put him back on the roster because he just lost his mind. He just lost his mind.
I'm the only one on the roster.
Yes.
I'm the starting point guard.
You at this point you ain't got no roster. She got one.
Hey, I'm just trying to make sure.
She
The
got
roster I
one.
thought I had. I'm like,
Nah, she got one.
I dropped all mine off the moment. I was like, all right, it hit like 1 month out. I was like, I gotta let all y'all go.
Golf don't have teams, right? We doing golf. It's one-on-one competition.
18 holes.
It's golf. It's golf now.
Gotta get the right stroke.
But yeah, so there's that. So I think we're nearing the end.
Yeah, for me,
Mm-hmm.
can I tell you about?
Yeah, tell you yours.
I don't know if I want to talk about my escapades.
Don't do it.
F?
We ain't ready.
Talk about one I've already heard of.
Can we call you Snowy
One you
Joe?
never heard of?
Tell me one I've already heard of. I told you one we already heard of.
Oh,
You got to think about that.
1 second.
Do you want to come back?
I'm going to. It's gonna come to me in about 10 seconds. And
Do, do,
Do, do, do, do,
it doesn't
do.
help when you motherfuckers do that.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. You know they did a hip hop one? Like,
No.
they did a trap beat with it. It's like, do, 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 do.
Okay.
Do, 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 do.
Okay, I got to shut the hell up.
It worked out. It worked
It
out.
worked.
No, so I
But did it
had.
work?
So I had this girl.
This girl.
That basically breed me, right?
Hold on.
Breed.
Whoa,
Wait,
whoa,
oh,
whoa,
Bree.
whoa.
So I'm Bree.
Oh.
Breed me. Okay.
So I was kicking it with this girl.
I'm
And
hurt by it.
this is, this was like,
Oh, rostered you. Oh, okay, okay.
Oh.
Now I'm back on it.
this bitch had a roster right under my nose.
Not the snow crab legs.
Damn.
I thought that she was wifey material.
She wasn't. She was for the streets.
Bro,
Tell it, brother.
like, no, look, chick, like watching football, like playing video games.
Oh, I know about this one.
Played
Bro.
it all too well.
Bro,
Ah,
she used to watch football games and yelled more than I did.
dang,
Right.
she really played it rough.
Right.
No, she would come over. This back when I had a 120-inch projection screen
Damn.
in my room in college.
Got like an 8-inch.
No, I was that nigga.
College?
In college, I had a 120-inch projection screen.
We had the lobby TV.
Exactly.
In my room at my mama house. I had a 120-inch screen.
In
I would,
Lake.
you know, so that was my thing. I had a 120-inch screen in a Lexus, and
I had a fucking Mazda Protege with a weight
I
limit.
had the bus.
no, I started. It's funny. Like, so I was working for Best Buy. I started working for Cox Communications in Best Buy. And, you know, as a college student, I was making like $4,000 a month
You
while
don't
I
know
was
what to do with that
Damn.
money.
while I was in college.
Dang.
Right?
Ballin'
You
out.
could
I
pay.
I had Pell Grants and a $50,000 a year job while I was like a junior in college.
I feel broke.
So, anyways, so I was doing it right.
Yeah.
And like at that point, you know, I had
I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man,
you
yeah.
know, I had a lot going for myself at that time, and you know, I was in between relationships at the time. We'll just say that publicly. And I was trying to figure it out, and I had this girl who like was like everything that I thought I wanted, like, and like, you know, that's like
Operative word thought.
I thought I wanted.
Of course, 'cause
What?
who's standing in front of him?
but no, like,
She said, I won, bitch.
but no, I, and you know, I'm not, nobody will ever know who I'm talking about. But like, she, come to find out, like, she was for the streets. Like,
Hard.
I come to find out she was fucking other niggas that was like in the same fucking class as me.
Dang.
She was fucking other niggas.
Jerry.
Yeah, like she had come to find out later on, she had a train ran on her when one of my homies I went to high school with.
Ah,
locked her
Leroy.
up. Like, now, Bree didn't do that. Bree wasn't on that level.
Oh.
But the point is like,
Gosh.
Wow.
the point is like, she just like ghosted me just like that, just out of nowhere.
She was trying to catch the train.
You
No.
said I had better.
Yeah,
I
no,
didn't-
no. And the thing was, like, I was giving her deep strokes, and I thought I was in there.
Dick ain't enough to
Whole
make
like-
time she
No,
got.
no, but the thing is,
Probably
like,
felt him catching feelings.
She
no,
got
but the thing is,
schedule going
before that, women would catch feelings for me. So I was
Mhm.
used to it being the other way around,
Oh,
and
this
me
is
having
different.
to do to her
Yeah.
what happened to me.
You
She
got
probably was
done
the
did
one
it.
watching before. Like, let me play.
Let me
No,
sit
look.
his ass down.
Put
Got
me in
done
Coke.
did
No,
it,
look,
y'all. Done did
I
it.
felt like Eddie Murphy on Boomerang when he got left.
It's like-
He was like,
Okay, Eddie.
That was my
So-
favorite movie.
so yeah, that happened, and that was the first time I got fucked and left.
Damn. She said, you ain't nothing but some dick.
Pretty much that's what I was, a
She
dick.
said, you can't compare the 8
You
dicks
ain't
inside
never
of me
felt
at the
like
same
that before.
time.
I had-
Oh.
no, like it
No,
was.
you didn't.
I was dicking a big screen. What happened?
I'll let you hear hear that when you do the replay.
No, say it one more time.
I said you may be a good dick, but you can't compare the 8 dicks inside of her at the same time.
I was talking. Oh,
Damn.
Look, one man can't compare to 8. Fuck no.
it's true.
Anyways,
That's a WrestleMania
Probably had you
right there.
confused.
Did somebody hit her with a chair?
You sound hella confused.
look.
I just want to know if somebody hit her
Wait,
with the
Ask
tombstone.
the question about.
Anyways, so we want this question from the both of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
What is it like dating a photographer who?
Why do I feel seen?
Because you are seen. It's a very niche
Who?
market.
It's a very neat.
With
Who?
11,000 photographers in Dallas market.
Who what are there any struggles or any tribulations or any stress on your relationship or anything that annoys you about it?
Taking pictures with pretty girls.
I feel like y'all have probably had a conversation about this, which is why they want to talk about it.
No,
Let
we
me-
haven't. We haven't. So I'm so excited about this. Ah, oh my god! Yes, bitch! All right, cool. Let's do this.
I would say it keeps me on my toes, like
Uh-huh.
with planning dates, because I'm such a laid back person. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, we'll find time, but no,
I gotta
You
shoot
gotta
every
shoot, you
weekend.
gotta
Yes.
working.
everything's a
On
schedule.
Thursdays now.
Not only do I have to worry about my schedule and me in grad school, working 2 jobs, I have to prep for, teaching. And it's like,
Mhm.
yo, his schedule though is like on steroids. So it's just like, oh, I have to really be organized. So
But I love you though.
at times, I know, I love you too. It could be nerve wracking. Like, ooh, I want to go do this, but I don't know how that's going to work. And then sometimes I have to think about Mike too. Like, whoa, I don't want us to go on a date and then him and Mike have this plan and that might throw off their whole thing. So it's a lot.
Oh, you're
It
better
really is.
than me. I don't be thinking about Jay at all.
She said, "Fuck it, we ball." One night I hit him up. I said, "Yo, I gotta shoot." He said, "I gotta take my wife on date night."
Yeah. I'm
so-
like, fuck that. I am here.
And I think since we're not married, I have to tell myself like, well, he still has his own life. Like this is something that he's trying to build. So who am I to just be like, no, we're dating. We're gonna go on a date. We're gonna go do cute stuff. I mean, we do, but it's just like I try to think like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Bree, let us know because this is low key your future.
Oh,
Bree.
I don't think it's because I'm dating a photographer. It's because the photographer is Michael Copeland. That's the
Whoa.
difference.
It's the truth. There's photographers, and then there's
So-
Mike.
My
Wow.
baby,
He's
my
good at his
husband.
shit. He's
The
good.
thing about him, and this is the thing about him, and I tell him this all the time. He is like King Midas when he touches gold. Everything he touches, everything he does is a success. Everything.
Everything.
Like he buys stuff and he's like, oh, this gonna pay for that. I know it is, and it does. He ends up selling for more. Like he's just really good. He keeps the stuff in the bag and what he's good at, right?
Mhm.
So I'm not mad at him being a photographer because I encouraged it,
Right.
But it's more so like he doesn't know. What was it that you said? He goes at full force.
I
Like I go
Like-
through a wall or I go straight through the sun.
The wall don't stop Michael. He's
kind
still
of like tunnel
He
vision.
just like this on the wall because he keeps going. That's how he is though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he'll say he's gonna go slow, and then he ends up going super fast.
Oh, like he'll say he's gonna take a break, and then he doesn't take a break.
Yeah.
Somebody told me.
Nice.
I said I was gonna take a break and sit
Yeah.
there.
And it throws you off because you're just like, okay, like you kind of got in your head, like, in my mind, every career needs a hustle phase, right?
Yeah.
So you trying to get your name out there, you trying to do this, you're trying to be supportive, but then it goes from, oh, I'm only do it for 2 weekends to every weekend, or I'm just gonna do it these days to this days, and now
Not
you're
too much,
going,
not too much, not too much.
and then you're going to events by yourself, and he's stuck here because he can't go to this, that.
Hey, I went to that wedding. I just shot it.
But that's when it starts getting like, okay, y'all need to chill the hell out. Like that's when
Yeah.
it gets like that.
Yeah.
It's still very supportive. I'm still like, hey, like I tell people, my husband is a photographer.
Refer
what I
refer
say.
people to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my husband is a photographer. I think I even told him, stop calling it a little photography thing. You are a photographer.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, so it's like that. But oh yeah, it's y'all schedules is packed. And then he found this amazing job on Instagram one day.
Wine.
So it went from him being booked every weekend to now he's. I mean, so
Every
the thing is,
day.
I've been avoiding dating a flight attendant my entire career, and now I'm married to one. He's flying more than I am. But he, like we were talking about today, I get to rest on my layovers. he has to come right back and move to somewhere.
Man.
So that's how I feel about it. It's just that I'm very happy that my husband is happy in something because he's been trying to look for something to bring him joy and work for a long time. It's so cool to see him happy. So it does, like you said, it makes you feel like shit when you be like, but his happiness is pissing me off. Like when he talks about
A double-edged sword.
I be like, look, we're not talking about work right now, okay?
But I want to talk
give a
about the
fuck.
35mm G-Max.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what that client said to you. It is day night.
Weather.
It is day night. We had talk about your day earlier in the day.
Right. Sometimes I'll set it up as like, let's make sure we get all this out because when date night comes.
But what I do is interesting. It's like
It's dope.
it's like
It is.
every shoot is like with somebody different. It's an adventure.
Hey.
It's definitely interesting, but
It's
you
like-
find a way to bring it up at every point of the day. And it's like that's when you're like, I'm trying to be good, but I don't
Trying
want
to be supportive.
I don't want to hear about this no more.
See, I can hear about it for hours. I'll be taking notes. I'm like, so what you do? How'd you post this?
But that's y'all's career.
Yeah, that's true.
It's different when like you're trying to be the supportive spouse, supportive partner, supportive whatever, and then like when you're like, okay, we're putting work aside, and then you still bring out work. Like when we were on Chelan, you was working,
Yeah.
and we weren't supposed to work.
Speaking of which, I forgot to tell you, I got to shoot in Phoenix.
See?
But I think that's
No, but that happens all the time, and I'm like, look, we watching TV right now. I don't give a fuck about. Your
Sometimes I
family, man.
forget like
we gotta
what the shoot is. It's
relax.
like, I know you have a shoot at this point. I don't even know what it is. I've lost count.
maybe to me, it's like
Do you use the calendar? Because that's actually kind of helped.
we're gonna start. I've been using Apple Calendar because of this guy. I think
Please share.
some
can, like,
people
share
go
it.
their entire lives trying to find something that they can wake up and do and be happy about it.
Mhm.
And for me, I can't speak for you, but I think for me and you, I'm gonna speak for you. I don't give a shit. I'm minty. We found that, like, found that
Yeah.
person. So it's hard for us. For me, it's hard for me to turn that off because I want to share that with you. I don't want to share that with anybody else on this planet. I don't give a shit about nobody else except for my mama, my
Yeah,
dog,
I
and
like
you.
it.
But I understand, like, sometimes you gotta turn it off. We should talk about other things. I think I want to overshare. I want you to know everything. I want you to know like how the shoot went, what kind of pose, how I got on the
Mhm.
floor to get the shot, how I used the light and sync the lights together.
But it is inspiring though, because it's
It
like maybe I
is.
should find something that I like about my job.
And
'cause
that's
sometimes
No.
I
the
feel like
thing. That's
No,
the thing.
like I could tell. You know when I knew that Bree was tired of me,
When?
tired of me
Thanks.
when
Y'all be knowing.
when
Y'all
I
know when we're
do.
tired.
They know, and they still do it. They
When I
know.
told her, I said, "Babe, my client is gonna let me drive his Lamborghini."
I flipped the Huracan. The Huracan.
Bring his face.
And you know what Bree said?
Cool.
And
And you know how hurt
Okay.
that was?
I was like, Bree.
Her face just now said
In my
it.
mind, I was like, Bree, it's a Lamborghini. She's like,
That's cool.
I was so excited to tell her. She's like,
I drive a Toyota Corolla. What's the difference?
Uh.
4 wheels. It doesn't matter. It goes room, Michael.
oh,
You could rent that.
It's the same thing.
oh.
Somebody get this man out of here.
It's a
She's like, she was folding. She wasn't doing shit. Like she was folding clothes. Oh. I said, oh.
like,
I want a better response than that. That's a $500,000 car. You gonna let me drive it? And you, I'm gonna bitch. You said, oh, the level of disrespect. You gonna
walk out and come
you
back in
gonna
here.
owe the most exciting thing that's happened to me all day. You gonna owe me?
But
oh.
but then it's crazy when you
That-
find their interest though.
What?
It's crazy when you go into their interests. Like I wasn't really big on podcasting until her,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's like a thing for me. I'm trying to get you into anime every day of my life.
It's not gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. I'm telling you, Dragon Ball
He
Z.
said it, but he said that to me too. It's not gonna happen. He just did that to PlayStation.
Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z. We
He
can
did that to
use-
PlayStation.
I'm trying to.
He hates it with a passion.
See, she's trying to get into it, but
Yeah.
nobody understands us.
That's the thing, though. You have friends that like your stuff. That's what friends are for. You don't have to like everything.
Yeah.
If you don't stop it.
Because at one point I was like, dang, do I have to like anime? When I started watching it, I was like, this is overwhelming.
Yeah, it
I
can
need
be.
to sit with this.
Mhm.
I liked Attack on Titan. Like I watched a couple episodes.
Did you watch when they ate people?
I thought it was nice.
He watched a
Honestly.
couple episodes, but he never sat to watch it with us.
Oh,
Like,
like
It was
y'all
War of the Wall.
You motherfuckers don't watch 3 episodes. Y'all watch 97 in
we
a
were
day.
binging it.
Because it's good, Michael.
We were binging it.
I got shit to do. Like when I watch, like that's the thing about Bree. Bree binge watches the shit out of whatever she's doing.
I do too.
It's called binge culture.
Exactly. And she gives good book
Shut the hell up,
recommendations.
mister. I don't got time for nothing. You got time to binge watch shit.
Okay, hey, when I'm editing
All right.
pictures, I'm watching my shows.
No, it's because you knew you did everything you're supposed to do that day, and this is my me time.
Yeah.
And then that's what it is. It's my me time. You ain't got nothing else to do. You
Nah,
did
we
all your
was-
social work.
We was talking about haircuts. He's like, I don't got time for that. I'm like, nigga, shut up.
I gotta say, you make time for what's important to you, and what's important to me is photography, Bianca, IT. Everybody else can fuck off. I love you though. You're a part of that. You're a part of
Dang.
photography.
He's part of photography.
You're part of photography. I love you. I look up to you.
Look at him. You
I
can't
got 3 things.
be upset that he put his girl before you. You
I
better
love
put
that
me
girl.
up.
I'm
Where's Jay?
You
on
know
my
how many
scale?
L's I
Hi,
took before meeting her? Come on, bro. Like, no. I done been in the streets. Have you tried dating in 2020? This shit was ass. Ass.
Wild.
No,
I had
he
a girl
me
tell
in
me it's giving
2020.
broke when I ordered water. It's giving broke. Bitch, I'm trying to be hydrated.
It's giving broke.
Sorry, I'm
when I
hurt.
Ordered water. Wow.
But I'm really happy y'all had us on this podcast. It's such an
That's
experience.
crazy. That is savage.
No, I
It's
got up and
giving
left.
broke. It's not giving healthy.
I got up and left that.
It's because he didn't order bottled water. It's tap water.
Bitch, it's a Chili's. Who got bottled water at a Chili's?
First of all,
I defy you to tell me what Chili's got
It's
bottled
you
water.
accepted
giving
today.
broke.
So this is so random. I just thought about a way to perpetrate, like when you're like international, because international you can't drink their tap water, so it's always bottled water.
Yeah.
So you could just be like bottled water all day, bitch, because you don't want to die. So you have to drink bottled.
Makes sense, makes sense. Don't forget, Bree has a travel channel as well, too.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start doing that, baby. Bottled
And a
water all
TikTok.
day, bitch.
Ooh, that could be catchphrase. Bottled water,
All
bitch.
day, bitch. That's how you know I'm in a different country.
Pour
Bottled
out.
water all day, bitch.
Oh, you could do one where you pour out in Spain and then you pour out in another country.
That would be
Ooh, I like
smart.
that. I like
That would be a good one.
I
So the
wasn't
last
prepared.
question is, y'all have talked about marriage being in the future for you. If so, how would you say you're preparing? So it sounds like you're doing a lot of preparing. Like, you were like listening to each other and being open to each other, getting your finances in order, things like that. So y'all already have told so many reasons on how you're preparing. So how would you say like a different thing is for you preparing for marriage? Because y'all are dating for purpose, right? Y'all ain't just kicking it.
Yeah.
Y'all dating for purpose. So what is the thing that y'all are doing you feel like to fulfill that purpose? I am really good with these questions.
Yeah.
High five.
Damn, she got me with that one.
This is the second time.
Because I'm
I've been
doing a lot
stumped.
of shit.
Hmm.
Come on this podcast, you're gonna have to think while you
thinking.
sipping.
So you said, what are we doing right now? Like, what are we doing to purposely plan for me?
Yeah, so like so I'll give you more insight. That way you can think.
Yeah.
So like what I was saying. So no. Okay, so this is this is off topic. I was just talking to my girlfriend about this because she asked me about it. I personally feel like I was not dating Michael with the purpose for a while. Okay, we were kicking it. We met on Tinder, right? We swiped. We hung out. We became official, right? Became official because we were spending so much time together, and it seemed natural, right? And that's when I was like, oh wait, like I need to see if I like this guy like this. Remember, I think I told you I have to see if I like this guy like this, because then I had like put on a different hat, my talking hat, my girlfriend hat. So you kind of handle yourself differently
Yeah.
from talking stage to girlfriend stage. And then you have like we're girlfriend stage, we're together for a year or so, we're talking about marriage and things like that. So then it's like I don't feel like he started preparing more than me, like I told you he does. So he started asking what was your 5-year plan, where you want to be financially, this is this, and I was like, shit, I don't know. So it's stuff that we had to start thinking
You
about.
said
Or
that
he
last
would-
episode. I'm just living life.
I'm just living life. Or like he started like looking for a house, and he took me with him to every house hunt, and I was like, this is really weird. Like this is weird. But then everyone was like, that's what you want a man to do, and I was like, no, he talked about I could have a yoga room. I don't know, but to have a yoga room in his house, like it was like, but he was preparing, right? He was
Mhm.
seeing how it would feel. He was thinking about me in his future, things like that. So then even like moving forward to us getting a house, we were still boyfriend and girlfriend, but I felt like I thought differently of that because this is a big purchase. This is a big responsibility. This is a big step. So like, no, I'm not fiance wife yet, but I feel like I started switching up a little bit because it's like, I feel like I'm getting there. Then fiance stage, and I'm at boss level. I'm wife.
Yeah.
So it's like each stage, I feel like you kind of change yourself a little bit. Not like change yourself for that person, but you change yourself for the role that you're playing. So like, how do you feel like you're preparing yourselves for each other for the role of, I guess you could say, fiance and husband and wife?
Hmm.
Oh, I know mine.
If you're preparing.
I know mine.
Well, they already said they were.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm hard headed. Everybody else in my life,
Mm-hmm.
but when it comes to her, I'm learning to just listen.
Mm.
Because most of the time she'll let me hit the wall, but lately she's like warning me. She's like she's coming out of her comfort zone. Like, hey babe, maybe you shouldn't do this. And instead of me just like, I'm just gonna fucking do it, I'm like, okay, let me just listen to her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird because I'm an only child, so I
Mhm.
depend on myself,
Mhm.
solely
Oh,
myself.
we said we were going to talk about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard to come out of a place to say this person has nothing but good intentions for
Mhm.
you, especially since I've been broke for a lot of my life. And like, oh, she doesn't want me for my money. She just wants me to be in a better space.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm learning how to be like, just do it.
Okay.
It's a little bit hard. I guess if you've been a hard headed person, you understand. Like normally when someone says something, there's like a fight. You're like, nah,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna do what I want to do. But lately, it hasn't been that fight anymore.
Okay.
It's just been like, okay,
Okay. And it's more like because like she has the best interest in you. You know, she's not like, you know her as a person, as like, she's not like, for instance, if she, I mean, I don't know if this is true,
Mhm.
but let's say she was like, hey, can I have $5? You're not going to be like,
she
what
did ask me for
for?
3 sticks and a bubble gum.
But it's not going to be like, what for? It's more like, all right, cool. Because, you know, she's not gold digging. You know,
Yeah.
she's not out you, you know, stuff like that. You know her as a person already.
Yeah.
I like that. What about you, Lou?
I think I'm stepping more into my power
Be quiet.
because whoa, is that me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Learning how to step more into my power because while I did say he's more of a go person, that's inspiring because I'm used to like, I guess me being the oldest and I don't know, being the go-to in my family for a lot of things. I'm used to, oh, I have to think about this and blah, 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 how this going to affect this person and just being an anxious ball of mess. So I'm learning how, like, well, how are you going to show up as a wife or as a future mother?
Mhm.
Like, if you don't think for yourself or,
Oh, okay.
yeah, or think for how it's going to affect someone you want to be with. Because how do I say it? Like, I didn't ask to be born into the family that I was born in, but I had to do, I don't know, I was given a lot of responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm learning how to just think for myself and really just be more confident in what I'm doing so that it can have a positive effect on my future husband and my kids, you know? So I think
Okay.
if that
And I
makes
wonder who that is.
So it almost
but-
sounds like he's very self-aware, and so he's already self-aware in himself. So he's being more self-aware in your role in the life.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it sounds like you're not very self-aware, and so that's your thing. You're being more self-aware,
Yeah.
which will help.
Yeah.
I think.
Because in my job, I have to be the same way, you know,
Heard a
just
beep.
execute. So, yeah.
So
If that makes sense.
I think it does make sense. So we were saying in there though is that what I'm learning too about some things is that I'm an oldest child, right?
Yeah.
I have a lot of siblings, but in my group I was the oldest. That's what it is, right? So I'm the oldest child. She's the oldest child. Michael is the baby. And the thing is that I've noticed with some
Yeah.
other people, it drives me insane because he's the baby and the older siblings, the baby annoys you.
Yeah.
So like I thought when she said that, but she said you don't have any siblings, but you're an only child, so that could be kind
In
of
a
worse.
sense, yeah.
So you're the baby.
Dog, I got my dog. My
But
dog
you're
was
the-
my
no,
sibling.
but you're like the baby too. So it made me think about like when I was talking to her, like things that like your Bethany did that annoyed me as a child. He does because he's the baby. It's not because like that we all are the same. You and Bethany, you know, we always say we're all three a lot the same. But it's just the fact that it's like I wonder, and it would be a good topic to ask other people too, is that like, are you dating like a middle child? Are you dating the oldest? Are you dating the baby? And does that affect how that person is? Because like, you know, they always say middle child syndrome.
Are you
They
dating the
always
baby,
talk
baby?
about.
Duh, baby, or
So like
duh-
it doesn't have to be something that we
Oh,
like
He
go,
canceled.
but you know, it doesn't have to be something that's like super super talked about. That could be like something open ended we say on the thing and we talk about it. But like that was something cool because I mean, y'all are dating the oldest. So is that not like something that like for you, your sister, like she's the oldest or your brother, you know, things like that. Like there are things that I do that you're like, like she just thinks she knows it all because she's the oldest. Like, is that kind of like what
We
helps?
don't know.
What helps? Because I say that though, because like for instance, my mom and dad, My mom is the baby. She might as well be mom's baby.
She a queen.
Dad's the baby. They're both the babies.
Yeah.
So I thought about that, or like my cousin, she's the oldest, but her husband's he's not the old he's the oldest, but he's spoiled, so he's the baby.
Yeah.
So we were talking about stuff like that. It happens. So that was just a little segue, but that was all I wanted to bring up. There's not much we can talk about because like it's more like a survey question.
Yeah.
You
I was
calling
gonna
me a
say
baby?
That's a leading question.
Yeah, it's like a leading question.
That's so for me. It's
Mhm.
just me being the baby. It's just like I had this realization. It's like my mom has always defended me against my older siblings.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never really had to care about other people's feelings, but everybody always cared about my feelings.
Yeah, because they don't want to get in trouble.
Exactly.
It's like
So-
a villain.
So being the youngest sibling is incredible
Uh-huh.
as a child, but as soon as adult life hits you, you're a little bit more unprepared.
Man,
Like,
that's the
you
same as only child.
No,
I
because
would
you
think so. Yeah, because you get to be the baby your whole life. No one
Yeah.
comes after you.
Well, let me put it like this: being a younger sibling, like you get social cues like from your siblings.
Mhm.
I learned my social cues after everybody else learned their social cues at school.
Oh,
So like,
so you learned from other people.
yeah. And then I didn't have siblings. I just had people. I only got one brother. Like Christian. I
Mhm.
call him my brother. But even though I didn't spend every
SFA.
day with him. So like,
SFA Christian?
no, Christian Cross.
Okay, I don't know who that is. Okay.
Yeah, kind of like when you hit adulthood.
the optometrist.
Yeah. Oh, he asked about you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tell him I need that appointment.
Yeah, because we'll talk about it later.
Look at them about to
Yeah.
have factors over here. But yeah, like
Anyways, yeah.
I think
so.
that's something like that's something to be said about relationships. Like, that would be a whole nother thing to like dive into with the relationships because like
It would be.
sometimes like Michael when he's with his siblings, I just want to strangle him because I'm an older sibling. I'm like, get up and clean too. Why are you sitting over here? Or like he can just walk behind people and eat their sandwiches and they just pass the sandwiches back to him. But then I see his siblings walk in and nobody offers him one. I'm like, that's the older sibling. No one's gonna give them anything. Let me make them something. Like that's literally what I do.
Like he's just so defenseless.
Yeah, like his mom will be in the
Hey.
middle of conversation and she'll be
Hey.
making a sandwich. She'll go,
Hey,
what?
I like my life. Stop trying to mess it up.
But then too, you see how like sometimes I'm stressed with dealing with my family and the things that I have to do.
No, I know.
So
You
I'm
didn't.
just
You didn't
saying-
choose this life. Sometimes some people have it harder than others.
But what I'm just saying is that like that's I think
All
the
the-
older sibling thing because she talked about
Yeah.
it. She talked about having to do stuff for everybody and having to always be
You have
like
to
that.
be the leader and
Yeah.
the
So
blueprint.
that's what it makes me think of.
We're so proud of you guys for stepping up to the
Oh my
plate.
god!
We really are. We're so proud of you.
Just like a baby.
Uh,
I'm
You-
the only child at this table.
You you do God's work.
Anyway, so we'll move over to the ending of the thing, and so you guys ask us a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
When did you know you were best friends with each other?
Who
That's
said we
what
best
that says.
friends?
Whoa.
I see the way you talk about this woman,
And
and,
the
in
plot
private
thickens.
too. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
You want to go first?
The
Hmm.
real moment.
I knew that she was my best friend when like the certain things that I just did automatically, like a lot of it came to a head like when like your mom got sick. Like it
Mhm.
was just a lot of the stuff that like I normally wouldn't do for other people.
You just showed up
I just showed up
like without thought,
without thought. It was just boom right there. It's like, oh, okay, you need what you need.
and it's outside of
Yeah.
her. It's like her people need help, so you're like, those are my
Yeah.
people now.
Yeah, like I was kind of, even like when her mom got sick, I was like a first responder, I guess you can say. Like I showed up to when you were in Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and just situations like that where like when I was really needed, I was there for her without even having to say or do anything. It was just like I was needed, I'm there. I don't do that for just anybody. I don't like just like put my life aside and go to those places and do those things for people who aren't my best friends or who I don't hold really close. So I had to step back and say, hold up. What is this? What's going on here? It was that was like, she was my girlfriend. We were dating. We were this, we were that. But it's like
In that moment, she became your person.
she became my person.
Yep.
So,
That's my person.
anyways, go ahead.
I think my definition might be a little different. I was thinking about something completely different.
Go ahead.
So I was thinking best friend versus like person and like romantic person. So the first time I remember that that I thought of Michael like being my best friend, it was when I had a emergency landing, and it wasn't a really really bad one, but I didn't know it was going to be really bad. It was my first. Oh, actually, shit, I forgot I had emergency landing. It was my first emergency landing, my only one so far. But I had this.
Benefits.
I had this, and it goes with this idea. I had this idea that, God forbid, if something like 9/11 or something else happened or whatever like that, if the flight attendants had their cell phones like in their apron, which is where I keep mine, and it was connected to the internet, then they could have at least like text their last thing or like, hey, this is what's going on, blah, 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 or I love you, something like that. Because they said a lot of people couldn't do that. So that's something I personally always do. I have my cell phone in my apron and I leave it alone, right? So I had this template in my phone, and it was basically like, I don't know, I'm on flight blank. That blank is going on. We're having, like something that I could quickly type in, like a template or whatever like that. And I had always planned to send it to my two best friends, Bethany, because she had an iPhone, so she could send it to whoever else.
The goat.
Yes, but I subconsciously sent it to him, and my friends knew about this, so they kind of like, okay, cool. He was like, wait, what's going on? Hold on, huh? What? He's asking about this question. It's like, oh shit, I sent it to him because he wasn't prepared. I didn't brief him on what I would do, but I subconsciously sent it to him because I was like, he's important to me. He's my person, stuff like that. So I sent it to him, and I'm over here doing like the emergency thing, like telling you what you need to do, making sure everyone's sitting down. So I'm being over here being a superhero. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
And I got back to my seat, and I'm sitting down, and, it's getting rocky. And he was like, I looked at my phone. I said, "Oh shit, I haven't responded to him in like 40 minutes because
Worst 40 minutes of his life.
Yes.
I felt horrible for that." But the thing is, like Bethany was like, "Okay, cool. Let me know when you land." The other people were like, "Okay, cool. Let me know when you land. Like I, love you." Blah blah blah. And
He over here. Where are you at, woman?
he's like, "I'm looking at your flight. Your flight is just going around in circles. What's going on?"
I'm in the
Oh, yeah,
sky.
no,
Where you at? I gotta buy plane. Fuck the rest of them.
I don't think you. The thing was, I don't think you put your flight number in there. Did you?
Oh, okay. I don't remember. I thought that's what I did because I've been trying to find
No,
that
like,
template for the longest.
I remember having to find every flight going from, I think it was like
Wherever.
Tampa to like Dallas or something like that, because you were flying into Tampa, because I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And I found every flight that was like going from
Basically not
one place to
diverted.
another, like, yeah. And then I found yours, and it had like these big red letters said making emergency landing or something like that. So I tracked it on Flight Tracker on this screen. I tracked it on, what was it? I had like some like Google flights on this screen, and like some other, I had like 3 different flight trackers. And like, and that's where I learned like about like Flight Aware is like the most accurate.
The square root of pi, the wind's blowing this way. The trajectory. She might land here.
But no, like I looked at, the thing was like, what was scary about it is like Flight Aware actually has like the telemetry data, and it showed like you guys went from like 30,000 feet to like 15,000, like basically in a nosedive.
Yeah, we were going straight down.
Really?
Uh-huh. Well, not straight down because the wings would have fell off, so it was not straight down, but basically
Like a
Yeah.
angle descent.
well, because if it goes straight down, the wings could break off. See, that's why you don't just go straight. It's
You just-
more like a
Yeah.
really steep thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how I knew because I was like,
I saw that telemetry data, and it was like 30,000. Phew.
His heart dropped when that plane dropped.
I was like, oh shit.
Oh,
But like then it like leveled out at like, I don't know if it was like 15,000 or something, like, or like 10,000 feet or whatever. But like you guys really low on the ground. So yeah, I could probably still find that flight if you I know you can probably pull up the date.
No, that was a long time ago. I can't pull up any of that. You should find it.
Dangerous for them benefits, man.
Yeah, I should like screenshot the telemetry data so I can show
Oh.
people what to talk about. Anyways,
So basically, what happened though was the pilot's windshield cracked,
Oh, okay.
so we had to hurry up and land
Big.
for that and stuff like that. So they were scared that the pressure was going to go down in the plane and the little things came out or whatever like that. But we didn't have a lot of turbulence or anything. It was just more like, okay, this is my first time, and I had to put all the training to work just in case we had to evacuate. So that was it.
Calm down, Susan. Here's the ginger ale and shut the fuck up. You be going through it on your job. You said you posted the video of the dude that hit somebody. Oh, like, ain't no way. Hell.
What?
Yeah, we got some funny stories. I love her
I thought My
Instagram.
life, my career.
Nah, dog. She posted a video of like, it was an unruly passenger.
Yeah, it was
he hit a
American
flight.
Airlines
He hit
flight.
him in the back of the head too. Why would the dude turn around?
Thank you. Thank you. That's a whole nother topic, but like, why? Okay, so what was your question?
I was gonna ask. How do you guys like make sure you're each other's safe space?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Is this a safe space? Respectfully.
I want problems always.
I don't want
Say
peace.
that all the time. Now I know he gets the front.
I don't want peace. I want the problems. Oh,
yeah.
So this has actually been something where I realized that I wasn't being a safe space for a while.
You were being toxic?
Wasn't being toxic.
Okay.
I don't know. Ask Bree. Maybe I was being toxic.
Bree, was he being toxic?
Let him talk first.
But the point of the matter is that there was a point where Bree didn't feel comfortable in her own home. So I had to kind of like relearn how to create a safe space. You know, it felt that, I mean, even within like the last year, you know, I could tell by Bree's energy that she didn't like coming home to me for a while. So I had to basically like relearn, hey, you know, if Bree doesn't feel comfortable in her own home, then why does she want to be with me if I don't create that space? So I've tried to get better about letting her decompress when she comes home. So when Bree comes home and I try not to like hit her with stuff. Like, hey, this isn't done or that's not done, or, you know, I try to say, because a lot of times the thing about Bree is like, if she'll either decompress or she'll just go to sleep. If she's really tired and she comes off of a trip, I could tell by how she walks in, like, okay, she has her bag when she walks to the front door. But I can tell by how hard it hits the lip by how tired she is.
Damn.
Right? Like she'll drag it in and you'll hear a little click, and then she'll set it down over here. If you hear boo, you know to leave her the fuck alone.
Motherfuckers have the nerve to ask.
That's
Yeah,
been
so
your warning.
Yeah, she's mad and she just want to go to sleep. She mad and tired.
Gotta take a shower.
Cool. So
We'll cry in the shower.
So there's certain things that Bree does that like, but I'm a bad husband when I don't pay attention. So that's the thing is like, I learned to pay attention to Bree and to let her decompress when she needs to decompress, and give her the space to either go to sleep or watch her anime. And I need to start buying more ice cream. So
Butter pecan, mint chocolate chip. What are we talking here?
she's a butter pecan lady.
I knew you was cool.
Which is kind of scary because my mom's favorite ice cream is butter pecan, and they say, you know how they say they marry your parents.
Yes.
It's kind of scary.
You ever eaten with the oatmeal pies?
But it's no, I don't like oatmeal pies. I used to love them, but I think
They're
I just
gross.
ate too many of them. You know what I'm saying? You know how like you eat something. Like, me and Bethany do that. We get so addicted to something, we eat it for nothing but like a month, and then we're like, ugh, I never want to see it again. So I haven't eaten an oatmeal pie since probably freshman year of my college. Because I ate too many of them. You know, I had my little allowance and I had them all under my bed, and I just roll over and eat them.
So
I'm hurt by that, but okay.
Bree, what about you?
Yeah. What about you?
Okay, the question is how do I try to be a safe space?
Yeah.
So one of the things that I try to do with Michael is with his need for knowledge. That's what I say. I would say his need for knowledge. I try to be patient and calm when he asks me things, but also because of his ADHD, I feel like I was enabling him more at the beginning. And gosh, that was bad. Like a scratch on my throat. I feel like I was enabling him more in the beginning versus like even with us having our sessions and stuff like that. Like how do I explain it? Sometimes he needs me to be the bad guy, or he needs me to be the asshole in a relationship in order to help him learn. But because of the person that I am, I don't want to hurt his feelings in order for him to learn. So I had to fight that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So like, let's say he needs me to tell him when he fucks up. I'd be like, oh, I don't, it was just a little thing. I don't have to say it. And then it becomes a big thing. And I'm like, crap, I should have said it before. But he needs me to do that because that's how he needs to learn. He tells me what he needs me to do to help him be there for me. But because it makes me uncomfortable, I try to do it a different way. So I'm trying to do a better job at actually doing what he asked me to do in order to try to make our lives better. And if that doesn't work, then we can talk about it. But I have to first do what he wants me to do in order to do it. So I'm trying to do better at that because I feel like when I wasn't doing that, it was showing him that I wasn't caring or I wasn't listening or maybe just my way was better, which isn't going to be good. I mean, if you're always with someone who makes you feel that way, you're not going to want to be with that person. So I've been trying to do that better. And then like with his need for knowledge and stuff, he's always looking up something. He's always looking up something, always having a theory. And I'm a person that like once you tell me your plan, that's the plan that's in my head. You have to tell me, hey, I'm changing the plan. Listen, cool. And I'm all ears. But until you tell me that, I'm just thinking you just talking shit. You just doing what you have to do. So I'm trying to do better at like making sure that I think I'm trying. I think I've been doing an all right job. But I'll be like, yeah. So are we changing the plan or are you just talking about it? He'll be like, no, I'm just talking about it. I'm so, okay, good. Because I wasn't prepared to change it. So I'm just trying to be more what he needs me to be versus what I thought he needed me to be. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Thank you.
Good question.
I have to sit with that. Like,
Because it's hard. It's hard because you think you're doing what they're asking you to do, but they're telling you what to do and you're not doing it.
Literally.
That was my thing with him. I would be like, I'm literally telling you what I want, but then I found out I wasn't doing what he told me to do. Like he told me to just use our safe word more. Cool. Not sexually. Use our safe word more. Cool. So I use the safe word more.
Cherry mangoes.
Does it work?
Huh?
Does it work?
Yeah, it does.
Wait, is it a?
And you still have to like remind me to do it. Just
Mhm.
because it's gonna take me a while. But but that's the thing. He also didn't want to be the bad guy. He didn't want to call me out on my shit. But then it was like a cycle. He didn't want to call me out on my shit, but then he always felt like I was right. But I'm not always right. I would tell him like, and then when he has to call me out, I'm like, see, you were right.
right. You
But
should have just said it.
No, but he never accepted those as wins. So I have to tell him, see that right there. You had to call me out on my shit. Did you see that on October 1st, 2020? You called me out on my shit 3 times. That means I was wrong 3 times. Like you're not seeing that I'm wrong a lot too. So that was it.
Think about women. Even when they wrong,
Watch out.
they what?
I'm
No.
gonna shut the fuck up. We just watched Hot Damn on Rock. I'm good.
Lord. But no, so we have had I'm getting tired. So we have had let's say your first and last names. We didn't say your last name. So we have had
Wait.
your
my
name. We have had
Bianca Woodruff.
and
Leroy Chamberlain.
we are so happy that we had them on.
Wait.
You messed
You
me
hear what this man
up.
just said?
What? I said it with confidence. And
Leroy
gusto. The
Chamberlain.
ladies call me Burt Bird on the track.
Who the fuck?
Well, who's yours?
Leroy
When I got my
Chamberlain
chain,
out
I started
there.
changing my name to Leroy.
Who's yours?
I'm him again.
Oh. What we talking about?
What's your persona?
Mr. Deep Stroke.
Oh, you talking about
Oh.
Frederick Farmerton.
Frederick Is that the name where we talk all just
You
like
talking,
this?
you talking about Frederick Farmerton.
Frederick Farmer and Leroy Chamberlain.
That's my goddamn name,
Getting
Frederick
crops
Farmerton.
and getting changed. That's the name of the game.
And we're done.
That's what I'm talking about. Frederick Farmerton.
I'll see you, Fred.
In the
I'll see you,
goddamn
Fred.
building.
I'll see you, Fred. I'll
You
see
see
you.
me?
I'll see you.
Intro.
You
I feel you, brother. I feel you.
I feel like we should be
feel-
chewing on some hay.
Shake and bake with Leroy Chamberlain.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
Frederick Farmerton, Leroy Chamberlain.
Frederick Farmer, I think we have some of the finest ladies in this podcast I've ever seen
Well,
before.
I've never seen my goddamn life.
Thank you for inviting us on the 411 with the Copelands. We have been excited, and it was worth it. And we took shots and survived. Ah! Okay, we're good. I'm done. 411 on the Copelands. A four to the one. A four to the one to the one to the four. One.
I got more.
But
Oh. Thank you. We enjoyed it.
the Posh Clap. So yeah, we had them on board. They were our first, once again, not married couple.
Government said I'm single, baby.
It's amazing because that's what we want to open up our brand, for our podcast too. So you can find Jay where are your hashtags, your Instagram, your handles, websites, all that.
Just find me at that guy called Jay, or if you want to follow photography, 3framesphotography.com or Leroy Chamberlain, therealone.com.
Is it really?
This is brought to you by
Leroy
Leroy Chamberlain.
Chamberlain?
I don't bring spice. I bring ice.
Oh my gosh. Wait, is the Leroy one a real one or no?
Leroy
No.
Chamberlain.
Okay, good.
It will be. You can buy a domain for $20.
Yeah, I bought all mine. Yeah.
You better buy it before this thing publishes.
No, seriously. I'm like, yeah, he might.
If it
Somebody
goes
gonna-
on
somebody
411 with
gonna
the
buy us.
Copelands,
Bring
I
a
got
buy us and
subscribers.
charge-
y'all up there now with listeners. So
Oh,
Okay.
Shimmy.
I don't want to toot the horn, but I'll toot it. Hit the horn.
Wait.
I said what I said.
All right, and then you, lovely. What is
Um,
your name and where can we find
Hold on,
you?
because I'm kind of tired. now.
Essentially B.
Yes, it's essentially B on
You know,
Instagram.
that's my favorite
Aw.
Instagram
That's
page.
really the only thing I'm on. And TikTok, I don't know, but if you DM me, I'll have it figured out.
She the fine black girl
Right
on
now.
Instagram that teaches.
But essentially B, yes.
That teaches.
You can
I
also
like
find me in
that.
the classroom stressing. You know?
Period.
Children stressing about y'all's children that y'all ain't taking
Middle
care of
schoolers
at home.
are so mean.
Oh, they're bad.
Yeah.
Boogers.
What about you,
Yeah.
Brittany?
And you can find me at Brittany Like Penny on everything. Okay, I have YouTube, I have Pinterest, I have Facebook, I have TikTok, I have Instagram. Follow me on everything. Okay, I brought back the YouTube page because y'all been asking for it. I'm embarrassed, but go ahead and watch those videos too.
Ooh, they're so good.
Don't forget about the real fake forest stuff.
Oh yes.
Here's how Bree starts off
Thank
every
you.
YouTube video. She's like, so. She just starts going.
This bitch.
It's like,
Anyway,
so.
leave me
Okay.
alone. You can find me on The Real Fake Florist. We are bringing back our fall wreath soon. We're going to bring back our holiday wreath soon, so look out for that. realfakeflorist.com for all your DFW events. Don't be wasting my time. Call me for floral needs, not balloons.
She don't need a roster in the business world. She need partners. Real
I
partners.
would love to work with you.
Monies.
What about you?
What?
Oh my God.
In this corner, standing at 6'3", 185 pounds, the real, the only.
Michael Copeland.
And you can find him on his business page at
Mike Copeland. Wait. Shot by Mike Copeland.
only on Sunday at the Toyota Korea Arena.
Y'all are so
Whoa.
stupid. Anyway, okay,
You
find
can
it.
find me,
Characters.
Oh wait, remember Kofi Smack?
Mike Copeland, for real. That's Mike Copeland, the
Why did your
number
voice just
4
change?
real.
Every
MIKE
time he signs out.
COPELAND
Are you singing a song to my Instagram handle?
FREAL. Do you know what that means? He got his own house. He got his own spouse.
What's happening?
She ain't got no cat, so she don't got no mouse.
Bars.
Girl, the way you're moving got me in a trance.
Anyway,
Bars.
say your thing. So we can
Okay. We got to get the hell out of here. You can find me at Mike Copeland for real. That is Mike Copeland, the number 4 real on Instagram. You can find me at my website, Shooting Up a Storm, at Shot by Mike Copeland.
Mike Greasy. Mike Jones.
You can find me
In the streets.
Not in the street.
At the church?
Maybe not in the street.
on
In the booth?
TikTok at Frederick
The
Farmerton.
TikToks.
Frederick Farmerton.
That's why you ain't never understand Bow Wow. You a mumble rapper.
Exactly.
Confidence real rap.
Exactly how it sounds. Frederick
get off this
Farmerton.
mic.
Right.
You
We
can
enjoyed
find
y'all.
me. Wait, hold on. You can find me on Twitter at Mike Said What.
What about
You
farmersmeat.com?
actually used. I think I'm
Alright.
surprised every time. You
Farm
actually use
fresh.
Twitter.
I don't use Twitter, but you can find me there.
Twitter's a wonderful place. I
Right,
love
you didn't
Twitter.
say, do
Twitter's a lawless
Yeah,
land.
that's true.
Okay.
That's true.
I use it?
And we're out, guys.
Out.
Bye.
appreciate it.
Have a
Thanks
good
for having us.
night.
Bye, wave to that camera.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Love you guys. See you later. Bye. Peace and chicken
Watch
grease.
the episode.
Watch you over here. Point at that, Jay.
In my way.
We're right here. Point at the.
Y'all already know.
Watch the episode.
Second over 4469. If you the
Watch the
DFW ever watched the episode,
Watch the episode.
you know what it is on the Copelands. Keep it for real.
Holler.